this week?
Story.
I
Or
think it's
sorry.
me.
Ah,
Because you did it last time.
yes.
Yes. Okay, let me pop open your stream, dog.
Yeah, everyone get that stream going in the background so that we can accrue some views.
Yeah.
Also, while I'm thinking
I'll
about
navigate over to there too.
Rogin.
Yeah?
I don't even know
Oh,
what
interesting.
that was that he said.
So remember the people that raided us last time?
Yeah.
They stream at the exact same time that we do.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So funny.
No way. So
Yeah.
were they just like on break and they popped over?
No, they must have.
early?
Yeah,
think
they
they
must
were
have
here for a
ended
bit,
before
didn't
us last time. I just found it funny because as I hit start stream, I got a notification on my phone that the other stream was starting. Anyway, Robin, hit us up with that summary for the last time we played, including a short, brief summary of what happened in the off session.
Alright, well, first of all, I'm gonna drop one of those.
Oh, because you're with the other account.
Because I'm on the other account.
Yep.
Alright, then I gotta
was
switch
like,
over to my account.
19, what up?
And
I
then
was
I gotta
literally
do the-
about to say
Yo, it's me though. Alright, and apparently I need to get a fucking text to just sign in. Okay, so recap. 2 sessions, I believe, of recap, if I'm
Essentially.
correct. So because there are 2 of them, I'm going to summarize maybe a little bit more concentrated than normal, but
Go for it.
okay, so the session after the last one we streamed, the last session we streamed. The last session that we streamed was a damage control stream. So we had really messed up the cult of the 7 brothers or what have you in Magnamar, and we had put their cult members in the ground. We had discovered Ironbrier's affiliation with them, and with a lucky or otherwise crit, put him in the ground as well. We found Zanisha, chased her away, and all of that is sort of what we had to handle in that session. So the murder of a high justice pretty much resulted in all of us being put into custody. And while we were all in custody, the Church of Abadar was present in the form of, I think it was like 2 priests and a paladin. And then they had brought us in custody to the Temple of Iomade, where Salazar was there and sort of talking to us, trying to figure out what was going on. We confided in him and the Church of Abadar. We sided with gods, not the law, in this case. And we were sort of under the impression that the mayor of Magnamar may be in a bit of peril, because we had been going through a lot of the notes that we had collected from Zanisha's, I want to say bedchamber, but it was just a bunch of pillows at the corner on top of a decrepit clock tower. But hey, and we were looking through those, and we found what was probably most important among like a note from Zanisha to her sister, which is also kind of neat. We found a list of names.
The other way around.
Zanisha's sister sending a message to Zanisha?
Yes.
Okay. A message between sisters, specifically. Yeah. So we found a list of names, 100 some odd, give or take. And among those names are a couple VIP slots. These VIP slots include the mayor of Magnamar, Silera's father, Sigis's mother, Simon's father, Frank Lionuki, and if I'm not wrong, I believe Ironbriar was also on there. And essentially what we had theory crafted was that these names are a list of people that have either been dealt with because they were in the way, or they've been converted to the cause via, a charm, or been turned into a faceless stalker. So that's pretty much what ended up happening. Salazar went to see the mayor. There was an assassin after the mayor. He and another paladin dealt with it. Salazar came back. Everything was sort of ruled as neutral at that point. We were like, yes, you figured this out. You rooted out the problem. You were in custody. You're free to do your shopping or whatever now. Like, just we're okay now. We're don't go too far. We're gonna maybe need to send you messages, kind of thing. And then the session after that was a shopping episode where we effectively went to Frake Lainuki's ship of cursed items. We took a look at his normal magic wares in addition to his cursed wares, in addition to his incredibly dangerous, I'm never going to let this see the light of day cursed items. So we saw a bunch of really neat things in there. And we ended up selling him a lot of what we had been collecting thus far for a rather significant price. I know one item that stands out is we sold Jabrail's +2 keen adamantine switchblade for 15k, where it normally would have sold for just over 10. So that was a large sum of money that came in, among everything else added up as well. And he had a couple, choice items that were kind of neat. But one thing that he used was a magic monocle that he used to identify the issues that were going on with Robin. It was determined that Robin is what's known as a rune slave. The process is usually used on giants. Robin has demon blood in him that was used to help him survive the operation, to put the rune scar on him. And not new news, but Robin is dying. There may be a connection to the Runelord of Greed. I believe because Wrath is the rune scar that's on Robin, it is not the Runelord of Wrath that has affected him, but another that is suppressing the Wrath in order to sort of quell the rune slave from fighting against whichever rune lord they are scarred to, in this case, potentially Greed.
The other option being
note,
Sloth.
Sloth, that would be the other option. But I don't sleep, so I'd imagine probably Greed. On that note, rune lords are capable of almost willy-nilly controlling rune slaves like puppets. They have basically next to no control over the rune lords themselves, and also the rune lords commanders, like the top of the top in their legion. So that doesn't bode well for Robin, because he is already wet paper in front of anything that requires a will save. But we made out with some nice stuff. We did some shopping. We spread out the gold rather evenly among the party, so it was pretty nice. I believe there are a couple other things we might just want to be picking up, like a couple scrolls here and there. But our goal for this session, based on what we had spoken to Frank about, involves the cultist masks that we had found when we took out the cult at the bottom floor of the clock tower. The masks come in a set of 18, and I believe we have 13. Frank offered us 32,000 gold pieces if we were to, trade to him the entire set before he leaves Magnamar tomorrow morning. So that is pretty much where we're going to be leaving off. We've, maybe gotten up early, done some shopping, and it's probably just before lunch, and I'd assume we're ready to go.
Yeah, correct. The only couple details that I will clarify in there is that the list of names did not include Ironbriar nor Salera's father. The person that was included instead was Simon's uncle. That is an important detail, not to get wrong.
Okay, gotcha.
Because Salera had asked if her father was in the list, and I pointed out that it was not.
Gotcha.
And the other thing is, there was another detail that you got wrong, but I already forgot what it was.
Because it sounds reasonable.
Yep. All right.
Believable lie.
It was who took us to the church. It was the Iomidins got us to the church.
Well, partially. It was a little bit of a confusing thing, but it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and roll 4DF for me.
Okay.
forfeit die for the night.
It's at this point that I realized I opened the stream but not roll 20 because I'm a basic bitch.
Do you want me to roll the dice for you?
Sure. I trust you.
Alright, then Sigurds, roll me
That
40
was
fate
a
die.
mistake.
Dice
Oh,
luck,
no.
go.
This is for.
Slash
Where all
R.
the marbles.
Okay, someone else should go.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I forgot face dice were weird and I freaked out. I'll be honest.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
no, yeah.
I'll be honest. I've now transitioned to cheating and using the roll dice button on the side.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
you
should have
wanna
done it
fuck
for
it
me,
up.
you fuck.
Yeah.
Alright,
You should
so-
have done it
Jesus.
for me.
We're one and one then for the night.
1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Oof.
I like those numbers.
Just means that we have even odds of pushing fate in our sides. I'm just gonna type this so that we can reference it later. But it's more so that I have a mental track of having written down 1v1. So we'll start tonight's session with you guys having returned from your venture into the Misfortune Trader. I mean, you probably had arranged already to meet up with Erica nearby. Erica, you had been training in the morning with your adoptive father figure, I suppose. By the way,
Close enough.
yep. By the way, you might be interested in going into your shared notes for Wednesday, going down to NPCs, Magnamore, and you'll see that within that. And now is a picture and an entry for Salazar Eric Nagar.
Oh yeah. He looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit,
You know-
Like, don't fuck with me.
yeah.
Or try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have reconvened just outside the port area, sort of close to where the giant stairwell into the plateau is. So up to you guys what you want to do next.
Sorry, unfortunately, I just need to ask how much. So we ended last night, and then how much time before we left for the ship?
We left it vague, but I'm gonna say you guys probably left around 10 a.m., having had like
Okay.
a little bit of time to prep. And you only really spent like about 2 hours since then, so it's like getting to noon.
Okay. Just from last night onwards, I just need like unfortunately just because I'm trying to get the spells out of my brain, and so just the
Yeah.
amount of
So
hours
like
I
you
have.
you probably had about like a good 4 hours, or if not.
Okay. Awesome. Then
Yeah,
I was
4 to 6.
just gonna.
You
I'm
had
gonna-
like, let me just finish. You had around 6 hours yesterday from where you guys finished doing all the fight and handling all the situations until you went to sleep. Because you guys did finish the fight in the early afternoon, so you had all of the night.
Mhm.
And then you had about 2 more hours in the morning.
Okay. Awesome.
I would also like to ask on that note, has Sigus used his money or the party money to purchase scrolls of Fly, Ablative Barrier, Dimension Door, Keep Watch, and there may have been another.
Yeah. So we've all gone shopping as well.
Yeah, so like,
So you have these scrolls.
yeah,
Yes,
we'll
I
just
do.
say that it is now 1 in the afternoon, as you guys,
Okay.
after reconvening with Erica, went about your business, making sure that you had every possible tool at your disposal. That
Okay,
being
so just
all of the scrolls, all of the ones that you wanted to purchase, and we'll pick up as you guys are sort of leaving the commercial district in the upper levels of Magnamore.
awesome. So just for Vozen, I basically scribed in my two remaining level 2 and then one of my level 3s because I'm prioritizing.
Cloud?
Huh?
Stinking
Yeah.
Cloud?
So
Yeah.
Stinking Cloud, and then so I scribed Stinking Cloud, I scribed Blindness, Deafness, and Command Undead, but I'm inscribing them all into my secondary spell book, like the one from Lyria? I forget.
Irie?
I'm keeping all my necromancy spells in a different book that I'm gonna put into like, the ether when we go to
Anywhere that
places?
it matters, yeah. got
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So I scribed those. Cool. Thank you so much. Sorry for holding the squad back.
No, that's
No
important.
worries,
knowledge.
my dude.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other scroll
all
that I
that's
was thinking of was Summon Monster 2. You picked up that too,
I
right?
did pick up that, so
Alright.
I haven't scribed them just because I'm trying to get all my slots back
But
before
they're on the dock, ready
they
to go.
are.
Perfect.
Yes.
Alright, perfect. Then, yeah, you have a renewed set of tools at your disposal. Where does the party want to go next, or what is it that you guys want to do? You have about half a day left at your disposal before you run out of time to strike a deal with Frank about the masks, if that is something that is perhaps of your concern. Otherwise, you're free to go.
We are
Yes,
looking
our
for those
concern.
masks.
Air-
I believe locate object would be the first thing to do. Now, is that a first level spell?
It's a second. I have prepared it.
Okay.
Can we
I
go
also.
get?
Oh.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
No, I was also gonna say do if I was potentially gonna just buy 2 scrolls of it. It would have less range, but
Um,
Uh,
I mean, we could. What I would recommend and Robin would recommend is we actually go to the sawmill in Magnamar and investigate if there's any sort of traces that may have been left after Ironbriar had cleared it out with our warning.
Gaia.
Yeah.
That would be a great place to start, and we could always just locate object using that as a center point.
Gaia.
Can we go
Air-
get some horses so that we don't have to walk everywhere? It can be.
I mean, yeah, we should
Quicker.
grab
we
our
can get
horse.
our horses.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
Let's-
the day after the Lamia fight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So on our day of shopping, we probably would have grabbed our horses to get
Yeah.
around.
Yes, because you guys went to the dockway, so you probably went all the way back to
Yeah.
the Crimson Raven and picked up your horses on the way back.
Yes.
Yes.
Horses.
So yeah,
I think Erica would probably throw out that in addition to the cultists, hopefully they're with their with Zanisha, because she really wants to track her down. Because killing the cultists and getting paid is great and all, but Zanisha's kind of the source of the problem in the city.
Agreed. Also, she's probably just gonna go to wherever her sister is and just like bolster her
Yeah.
forces. So
I will point out, because Sandy, you missed last session. One of the things that was talked about during that session was the party did ask Frank if he knew ways in which Zanisha might have escaped the town. And he did suggest the fact that it would be easy for a Lamia to have gained control of a ship and have departed on a ship.
It's also possible that she's hanging out where all the masks are.
Well,
That
yeah,
too.
that's Erica's thing. Like, because anyway, let's say I RP this, but well, I figured the Lamia seems to surround herself with her followers and use them as protection. So if we find the remaining cultists, if she's not with them, I would agree with your theory that she probably escaped. After all, she didn't really put up a good fight after she realized she was losing. She just ran, so despite the dishonor that it might bring her to go back to her sister, she's probably going to do that.
I guess to keep living makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, monsters aren't exactly known for their bravery and honor.
Well, in our case, I mean, you can't help people if you're dead.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while we're heading to the sawmill,
You guys, sorry, you guys want to head into the sawmill then? That's the plan?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Well-
It's just a start.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was it that you're
Here's
going to
some-
suggest, Erica?
I was gonna say if we have Erica and Robin kind of like, I don't know if we're riding out front or out back or what, but like kind of doing some detect evil sweeps, because that should ping off the cultists pretty well.
So out of character, I mentioned this to Sheik, a couple weeks ago. If we do want to use Robin as a scout, there's a very safe way to do it, and that's the message spell because it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So Robin can just relay what he's seeing to Sigus, and then you guys can relay decisions from the party to Robin. So Robin doesn't just keep doing his own thing, and you can tell him, "Hey, Robin, come back. We found something, or we thought of something. It's dangerous."
The only thing I need to unfortunately ask Vogus permission for. So unfortunately, I only get 4 cantrips, and both detect magic and read magic are divination spells, which means if I have those 2, I can't take any other cantrips, and I need those to read any scrolls and stuff. And so
You actually don't need read magic in order to read a scroll as a wizard, but
for the first time though, you do. I'm pretty sure.
only
for
if
understanding them.
only if you're trying to. Well, you can
Cipher
replace it with a spellcraft check, but yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Let me very quickly double check if message is in fact a divination, because
It's transmutation.
it's transmutation.
It is, but it's because the other 2, if I need those 2, all my slots are full.
Which one
So
are the
you
other
do.
2?
Huh?
Which other 2 are you talking about?
Detect magic is pretty key for me, and then read magic. So unfortunately, I just picked a terrible opposition school. Divination is amazing,
Yep.
and if anyone's listening, you should never pick it as your opposition school, ever.
Unless you want to be good at conjuration.
Everybody
Unless-
makes that mistake the first time.
Yep. I mean, I would recommend that you don't grab read magic and that you
Okay,
go for something else and just
perfect.
use
Message,
spellcraft.
prestidigitation.
Yeah. I'll do. Yeah, perfect. So basically, message as long as he's within, it's 10 minutes per level. So basically, an infiltration, and it's like if we cast it on it, as long as he's on the same plane, I'm pretty sure, and it can get to me.
No closed doors. Like it can go however
Yeah.
long through a tunnel, but as long as it's a straight line and there's just it works.
What's the range?
So casting it, it says it's 10 feet. Let me just double check.
I think it's like 120 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Medium,
So-
medium or long.
It's medium. 100 feet plus
Basic.
10 feet per level.
Yeah.
Basically, it's enough that it's if it'll let Robin get in somewhere if we're outside it.
Yeah.
It
Kinda
creates
thing.
magical walkie-talkies in between me
Yes.
and Robin.
Yes, but
Basically, yeah.
it's kids walkie-talkies, not
Yeah, the really shitty range ones.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
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 Cups in a
not
string.
cop
Walkie-talkies.
radio. Yeah,
Yeah.
walkie-talkies. Yep.
Walkie-talkies, not radios. There's a distinction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So once we get there, for sure, we can have Robin
Mhm.
scout it out, and if he reports something that, and we'll just get regular updates. But I
Yeah,
think
and-
on the
yeah.
way there, I was just
Mhm.
thinking if we both do a sweep, kind of, I don't know if we want to do one person front, one person back, or each take one side of the street, just to see if we pick up anything as we get closer, specifically.
Yeah, I mean, what we could do is we could have Robin go in first, stealthy, and then we could have Erica go in for a second opinion. And basically, while we're
I
investigating these things,
don't mean the building. I mean the road to the dock,
Yeah.
to the sawmill, like
I think we just.
before we get there. Just
I
because.
don't think out of character. I don't think it matters that much. It's like middle of the day in a big city. I think we're gonna be
Exactly,
fine.
so they're bunkered up in a
there-
building somewhere.
Yeah, but we can just walk together. It's safer that way.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys are heading to Kyver's Isle, to explore the sawmill, correct?
Yeah.
If that's where it is, yeah.
Yep, that is where you guys had located the sawmill to be at.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
just to make sure I understand, so we're gonna check out the sawmill, and if the masked people aren't there, then we'll search the city with magic. That's the General plan.
Yeah, then we
it was gonna be
ping off
go
locate
go
object.
there, drop locate object because that's gonna be like the start of the investigation, and if we get
Got it.
nothing, then we're gonna have to come up with another start.
Okay.
Yeah, assuming we don't just straight up find them there when we.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like
Which
that.
it could be.
Yeah,
Could
I
be the
did.
case.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Yeah. Then you guys on horseback go across Magnamar. It takes about still on horseback like a good 30 minutes to go from one end of Magnamar to the other. Kyver's Isle, as you can see, is pretty much outside of the city almost. It in fact is in a sort of a neutral zone that divides the neighborhoods. As you guys arrive, and given that you already know the directions to this place pretty well, from the information that you have gathered, you would see that the entire block where the building is has been cordoned off. There's a military barricade preventing civilian access to the building and the buildings around it, as well as a pair of carts that are being loaded with objects that are being pulled out of the building.
I mean, Robin's gonna look at everybody and be like, "So remember when you guys were trying to get into Magnamar, and it took you like an entire night?"
Yeah, but I think also that it's cordoned off for us to get in.
Yeah,
Even if he
we have a
is
writ,
evil.
don't we?
I'm not 100% sure if that applies there, but maybe. I mean, you guys can ask if you want, and I can pretend I don't know you.
Yeah,
Well,
or you can
just as a reminder, guys, the writs that you have do carry the signature of Justice Ironbriar.
Yes. He's
True.
dead. But
And
it's
was
worth it.
also involved with a cult, so Robin's going to sort of raise an eyebrow and be like, "You know what? Maybe we should rethink this, you guys. What do you think now?"
Okay, so to be fair, this is potentially protecting the cult that he was a part of, that he set the guards to watch out for. But I don't know.
I mean, I would not be surprised if it is that's where all the cultists were, and then he brought them to attack us at the clock tower. So I'm not 100% sure if this is the place that we need to be going.
A skeleton crew here to keep an eye on the place, and if the guards were following his orders not to bother whatever area they're waiting in.
I think I agree with Gregory, but I think it's definitely worth a quick check.
Well, I mean, worst case, Robin just slips in anyway.
Yeah.
Robin's gone. He's already inside. No.
Right.
Why doesn't Robin tuck in an alley, and then we'll talk to them, and if we get in, we'll wave them in, because I
can
cast
message
message
me in,
on
yeah.
Robin. It'll last
Yeah.
70 minutes, and then if we get shut out, he'll try and find another way in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Done. Let's do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Then Robin, you're trying to sort of separate from the party and stay hidden. Is that the idea?
I mean, yeah. I'm trying to sort of disassociate, not necessarily stay hidden, because that might look a little bit shady. I'm just gonna kind of like be walking with them and then slow down.
Okay,
and
then
they're just gonna get ahead of me.
Then give me a bluff, essentially, because you're not trying to appear hidden. You're just trying to, have the body language that you're not associating with them. Okay. Who of the party is approaching the men at the barricade, essentially? Like who's spearheading the group?
Erica will take the lead if not otherwise.
No, go for it.
Just
wow, that was okay.
Because Paladin.
Siley, you go with them, and you guys go and back each other up.
Arm in arm.
And
yeah. We're just using the same horse.
Yeah.
Sure. When you approach the barricade, you see the guard at the front sort of raises a hand and goes, "Please stop. Dismount before approaching."
Yes, of course. And Erica will hop off.
Same.
We're here on orders of the justices to investigate this facility.
Also, out of character, real quick, is the sawmill a building on Kyver's Islet, or is it most of Kyver's Islet?
No, it's a single building inside of Kyver's Island.
Okay, so okay.
Sorry. You made me lose the track of my train of thought. Can you repeat with the last thing that you said to
Yeah,
to
sure
them?
thing. Erica was saying, hello, I'm Paladin of Iomade. This is my traveling companion. We're here on orders of the church and justices to investigate this facility.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see your orders from the justice, please.
Same one that put you here, and she'll kind of pull out the writ.
All right. Just to clarify, you, Erica, don't have a writ. Just so you know.
Or let Celera pull out the writ, then
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, because remember, it was Red that
Yeah,
was
Red had the thing,
authorized.
not Erica.
Sure. Then Celera, as you bring out the writ, they'll sort of stretch out a hand to grab it, and they'll start reading through it and say, "Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to step back. These orders are no longer valid. You're gonna have to talk to the high justices and get a new permit or request some former authorization."
Look,
She
Could
wouldn't have a
you-
paladin of Iomade with her if she was up to no good. We're just here trying to finish out the investigation. It was under Ironbriar previously, but we haven't been assigned a new justice yet. Can you just let this one slide?
Look, I can't. I have orders not to let anyone through, especially if they come from Ironbriar's or under Ironbriar's name. In fact, I'm letting you slide without taking you in. Being a Paladin of Iomade, we have orders to apprehend anyone acting under their name.
May we ask who gave you these orders?
I'm afraid I
No
cannot
disrespect.
No, but I'm afraid I cannot disclose that information.
Would it have been what the hell is that dude's name?
The Lord Mayor.
Well, not the.
I think his title is the Lord Mayor.
No, not the Lord Mayor. I mean the guy
okay.
leading the investigation.
Lieutenant Jean Lycott?
Yeah. Would it happen to be Lycott? He's the
Oh,
other
sure.
arm of this investigation.
Oh yes.
He sort of turns around to see if there's like someone nearby, kind of like he's trying to spot someone, and they sort of gesture with their hand to call someone over. Just a moment. You see a second man in armor sort of rushing over to the gate.
While he's doing that, can I do a sense motive?
Sure. Give me a sense motive.
Dude works for Lycott.
Yikes. That
Um,
feel when you roll a 2 and it's still a 21.
21. Damn.
fucking Christ.
Pretty solid.
Vibes.
You get that sensation of you probably said something that you shouldn't have, and the other person like is overreacting or getting anxious about it. Sort of feeling.
Then I'm gonna kind of just like casually, almost like I'm leaning on my opposite foot so I can get closer to Erica and just whisper very quietly, keep your wits about you, something doesn't feel right.
Yes, I was hoping that I'd be able to talk guard to guard with him almost, but apparently the High Justice's name there threw him off. I was hoping they hadn't received new orders yet, but if Lycott's still in the investigation, then we may be okay.
But
Are
I
they-
don't
So-
think that
I think it's by now that the other guard has arrived, but continue.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they were far, but not that far. They're like
Yeah.
standing
Okay,
next
well
to a
then,
building.
when they come up, I'm gonna zip my lip.
Zip it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
So once the other man arrives, you see the guard at the gate sort of takes 2 steps away from you guys. There's still the barricade sort of separating you, and they remove their helmet, leaning close. The other person removes their helmet, and like you can see them exchanging whispers. And then the man that greeted you sort of points at you as he's talking to the other person, and they sort of no, okay.
I'm
and
gonna
they
like
Yeah.
take a step back as he points at me.
Can we roll perception to try to hear what the hell they're saying?
sure.
Yeah.
The 2 of you can roll perception then.
Unfortunately, my perception sucks, but I'll try.
Ooh, there we
No,
go.
Solera's got it.
Sure.
With almost a 1.
Solera, you hear the first person. Like you don't hear the entire conversation. You're sort of catching random words that they're saying, because they're sort of mumbling and trying to speak quickly into each other's ears. But you do catch like they mention Lycon. Now you don't think they're involved? No, I don't think so. But just stay quiet and switch with me. Like you see the guy that greeted you sort of takes a second position like behind the new arrival, who still without any helmet. Sort of they have it under in their sort of armpit, holding it under their arm. They approach you and say, "All right, look, I'm gonna need some form of identification from the lot of you. I understand that you're a paladin of Iamade."
Yes, Erica Delgado, one of Salazar's upper echelon. Would I have some sort of badge or rank insignia?
Yes. You have like your probably like a form of reliquary that is part of your like holy symbol.
Yeah.
It should be good enough. Yeah, I'll say that it's a form of identification for paladins.
I'm just trying to think of like, cause she's
Yeah.
done off shifts with the guard and stuff to help out, but her
Yeah,
rank
that's
would be
probably what you guys use for that. I'll say.
Siggus will show his driver's license.
You probably there's no driver license, but there's probably like a
Yeah.
merchant's license. But yeah, like he sees your reliquary, Erica, and gives you a nod, and you vouch for your companions then.
Yes, of course. But between you and me, that these ones are going to be big news in the city very shortly for helping take down these murderers.
No, we heard already. We have orders to specifically let you through. Square right. Have you heard anything about Lieutenant Lycott?
No, did he go missing?
He's been missing for the past 2 nights.
Okay, well, that adds a wrinkle to things. Had he been acting strangely recently? Anything...
Please, we can further discuss this
yes,
inside.
we'll have this discussion inside.
Right.
Oh, 1 second, and she'll whistle for Robin or whatever.
Siggus will whisper a message
Oh
to
yeah,
him and it gets over there.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to all go in together into the building, you are being invited by this person, this guard, that seems to be running the operation currently.
Unless they're gonna try and murder us all. But Robin, it's up to you. I'll tell Robin what's going on, and he can decide if he wants to come in and join us or sneak in.
Well, I mean, that's more of a you guy option. Like you can talk. Like Robin will whisper this to Siggus me. Like you guys can talk it out if you want, or you can just tell them all collectively, be like, hey, we're kind of in a rush because there's a fugitive that might be getting away. So you could, if they demand that you have words with them, then I'll go and do my own thing and get like a head start. But if they just want to have a friendly chat and let you know what happened to Lycott, tell them that like there are pressing matters and there's a fugitive on the loose.
Yeah. Okay. He'll send back that we'll give him a couple minutes, but if it's longer than that, we'll push out.
Yeah, you just whistle out a window and let me know how long it's gonna take, and I'll plan accordingly.
Okay. We'll do.
Okay. So the four of you, minus Robin, head in with this adjunt. I was about to say adjutant, but it's not an adjutant. It's a sort of sergeant slash sort of leading role position guard. And they lead you back into the building itself. And like as you guys are going, it's like he's pointing at certain points, like try not to touch this. Careful about the wooden boards for their place just in here. And he opens up the door to the building. And you can tell like it's been mostly picked clean. Like it looks like it hasn't been used at all. Like there's no sawdust that you would have expected as soon as you entered a sawmill. And you can see people are still going up and down the stairs, bringing boxes from up above and from down below as well. And as you guys enter, he takes a detour to the right, sort of moving into the room to take a little bit more space. In sort of gestures for the lot of you to finish entering, closes the door behind you. Well, no, he leaves it open because people are going in and out, but he sort of turns to address you and says, all right, yes, I'm afraid that Lieutenant Lycott has gone missing. The last we heard of him, he was taking some personal time. He mentioned that he had come upon some revelatory information, some kind of important discovery, and he was going to pursue that, but he's been missing since.
Did he say where he was headed?
I'm afraid not. He did seem a little bit odd. He mentioned something about the information being dangerous. He seemed a little bit on edge when he was talking about it.
Did he mention anyone by description or name? Just that he'd be interacting with, or was he very dark about this? And apologies before you give your answer. We are going to have to quickly look around. We're trying to hunt down the remainder of the subjects of the investigation, and there's still a few at large, so we need to keep quick on this.
Yeah, no, of course. The lieutenant didn't mention anyone by name, no. He did mention that he was going to have a meeting with a potential, what's the word he used? A potential informant he had in mind.
Erica will kind of look back at turn to Silera and kind of go, Zanisha?
Maybe?
It would make sense for the disappearance. I appreciate the information.
Feel free to
chime in. Did you find anything when you searched?
Oh, in the building, yes.
Yes, well, we've secured anything that was left here, and we've been carrying it back to the Halls of Justice. Nothing particularly strange. There were some spots here and there that seemed to have some blood stains, but apart from that, nothing that was terribly out of place.
No odd masks or anything like that by any chance.
No, the place was empty when we arrived.
Damn it.
Sigus is gonna cast Detect Magic,
Okay.
assuming that's not a that people aren't gonna freak out if he does that.
No, I mean you're in the middle of an investigation and you've been given the go-ahead. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
he'll
yeah,
kinda
your eyes begin to glow for everyone else, and you can see a little bit of a the distortion, almost like you're seeing a heat mirage, trying to see the weave, and you do like see just a little bit of like the ambient magic, but nothing that would indicate that there's like a spell was cast here recently, nor nothing that pings off aside from the fucking 1.5 million of magical items on your allies.
Jingly jangly.
Yeah.
He's gonna start while they're chatting. He's gonna kind of be wandering around, and he's gonna look for. He's checking at the walls and floors, trying to find if there's like a really thick walls that might contain secret passageways, or he's looking for hidden portions. And also, like, is it solid underneath, or are they over the water?
You're over the water. The sawmill underneath, you would have been able to see it as you were approaching the building. Has a water mill, essentially, a water wheel underneath it, and it sort of keeps the engines going constantly. And as you guys are in here, although the machinery is not currently engaged, it's not working. You do hear the as chains are being pulled up and down by the mechanisms. Yeah, no, you don't immediately see any magic in the first floor. If you guys want to sort of explore the building and just like give it a cursory glance, go ahead and roll me perception checks. If you want to spend a good hour exploring this place, we can say you're taking 10 essentially.
I think we're just going for cursory unless anyone else disagrees.
Yeah.
We're trying to save time.
I did want to ask them, I know that you cannot tell us who sent you here, but do you know why you are guarding this place?
We were told to secure the location and any possible evidence and bring it back to the halls of justice. The person in charge of the new person in charge of the investigation made it very clear that no interference will be tolerated, however, and that their involvement in this should be kept at a minimum. As you understand, given what I've been told, that what you've done for this town, you'll understand why the secrecy is necessary.
Right. I'm gonna ask you two other questions, and if you don't feel comfortable answering them, I understand. Number one, when you arrived here, did you find anything?
As I mentioned before, the place was already deserted. There was supposed to be, according to our orders, another group, another detachment of the guard, keeping the place on lockdown, but no one was here. Neither the guards nor the usual workers, and it seemed, or at least it seems like the place was picked clean before we arrived.
Okay. And my last question is, the person that gave you these orders, are you fearful of them at all?
I'm not at liberty of disclosing that information, I'm afraid. Please don't ask any more questions about our commander.
All right.
I cannot
Fair
answer
enough.
that.
I appreciate your time.
Well, I appreciate your service. Please, if you can find anything, let us know.
Okay. And I will help and fail.
Yeah. As
two and 2 1s.
Okay.
Grigori.
What about Grigori?
Yeah.
Hey.
Did it.
So I will say though,
Hey.
Sigis, as you guys are exploring the upper floors, Grigori, there is as you're sort of at the topmost floor, there's a little bit of an office that has been clearly emptied, but the desk still remains. And you can tell like all the drawers have been left half open, like somebody opened them, dropped everything into a bag probably, and then put the drawer back into the desk. What hasn't been touched, however, is a very well camouflaged trapdoor on the ceiling, leading probably into a little bit of a small room above you. And Sigis, since you're casting detect magic, despite you not really paying attention to what's going on, you do get a little bit of a ping as if someone had cast a spell not too long ago, probably within the past couple days inside of that area.
Can I try
Actually-
spellcraft to identify that spell?
Give me 1 second. I want to double check how long some spells linger for.
I think it depends on the level, doesn't it?
Yep.
I want to say usually.
Functioning spell. Oh no, never mind. No, you scratch what I said. There seems to
Yeah.
be no magical effects. However,
No magic. Okay.
there's sort of
Perfect
like
for my
that.
brain.
Yeah. Like for a second you think, no, there isn't.
Got it.
Because
Alright.
I had to double check, but like a lingering aura that lasts for more than a day would put it at a 10th level spell.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
That's
no,
right.
never mind.
Yeah. Like it's
Like
10th level
3 hours
caster
per
or
level.
like
No, 10th level spell. A spell slot
wow.
of 10th level.
yeah. At that point, we just pack up and go home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Back to Sandpoint.
Cool. So I think we quickly check out the bloodstain, but then if we can't find things, do you guys want to we try
Well-
locating objects?
Rigori found the trap door.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, I'll definitely point that out to the party.
That's awesome.
Do what you guys want to do.
Well, I can probably pop that open. She says, kind of pulling the blunt end of the pole arm around.
I'm gonna message
What?
Robin that we found a trapdoor. Does it go into like the water area or?
No,
it's
you guys
ceiling.
are on the 3rd floor of the building,
Mm,
and this trapdoor is on the ceiling of it. It probably leads into a small attic sort of spot.
got it.
All right. So if you say that there's a trap door, sounds like that's my business. Robin's, taking up the tail end. He's gonna, head in, and he's gonna be like, just point and shoot. Where am I going?
Well, I'm just gonna tell him we found we're entering like the attic of the building. So I don't know if he went around or went for a swim or.
Yeah, how are you getting into the building? Because you separated from the party, you didn't go in with them.
Do you have to ask? He climbs onto the roof and enters through a window.
Okay, give me a stealth check, because you're gonna need to get past the guards outside.
Absolutely.
Why don't you? Why can I whisper? Can he want to meet us on like the roof, or like be on the
Sure.
roof so he's above us?
I mean, you sent that message like a second later, and Robin is already like probably tapping on the window outside.
Oh hey man, I think you should meet us on the roof.
Robin
I don't-
nods.
Sigis, it doesn't go to the roof. It goes into the attic.
I understand, but I don't think he should bust through a window into here.
Right. So Robin, are you going into the roof?
And he
then?
can also.
Yeah, if you whisper to me to just like go to the roof, Robin will go all the way up to the roof
Right.
and just
Yeah,
kind of wait there.
I think worst case there might be an entrance there.
Robin, then, as you are standing on the roof, from the outside, it looks like there's a little bit of a structure that gives the rooftop of the building like a sort of cross shape. You know what I mean? Like seen from above, it looks like there's a cross supporting the rooftop, and then it slopes away from that cross. The thing is, uh, the area where the rooftop sort of ends is uneven. Like if you were to see it from the inside, there's clearly a room that is being kept hidden in that sort of extra space. And there is a window, very cheekily hidden, tucked away in that rooftop, that is half open, and through it you can see that inside there is an aviary.
For sending out messages and shit, I'd imagine.
Probably, though there is
Okay,
no birds currently in there.
Okay, so Robin's gonna send out a message back to Sigus and be like, "Hey man, I found a secret room. I'm not sure you can see it from inside, but I can get to it rather easily from here."
Awesome. Does it look like a window that you could enter through pretty easily?
Yep.
I think we should go in first, and then if if there's anyone to surprise, you can maybe then slip in the back, potentially more silently, with us being a distraction.
What I'll do then is I'll hang out on the roof, and when I hear something moving around in that room, I'll take a peek in the window, and if it's you guys, then I'll pop on in.
Yeah, or if you want to peek in the window, that'd be great.
I mean, yeah, I'm peeking in the window right now, my dude.
Yeah,
And,
there's
like Robin's.
yeah, Robin. There's no
Okay.
one in that room. Like you don't need to. Like you can see the entirety of the room. It's like a 10 by 10.
Yeah.
If even that. And most of the room is taken up by this aviary. And you can see like there's the outline of a trapdoor in one corner, and there's a folding vertical ladder that will probably
Okay.
prop down if you open the trapdoor.
Sweet. And so I'll tell Grigori that it looks clear for us to enter. And there are no guards. Like, are we going with guards and stuff?
There's guards like moving about, like going back and forth,
Okay.
picking some stuff from here and there. Some boxes that are still lying about, but no one's really paying attention to you guys.
Got ya. Why don't you guys go in and I'll hang out here just because then I can communicate with Robin if any guards want to poke around before you guys go in. I mean, while you guys are in
Alright.
there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And Erica can use her pole arm and just pop the thing open.
Yeah.
Depending on how high the ceilings are.
Not high enough that you wouldn't be able to reach using a polar. You sort of give it a good whack, and it unlocks the latch, which clearly wasn't locked. Like it didn't have any kind of mechanism to lock it in place. And it opens up. The trapdoor sort of flies open, and the ladder falls in front of you like a guillotine. Hits the floor, and you can see like now there's an entrance to the aviary above.
Ooh,
All right, who wants to go first?
I call not it.
I'll go. And Grigori will unsheath his bastard sword and jump up there.
Yeah. So with sword in hand, you start to climb up, one-handed. You reach the top, and you see a small room with an aviary, and the rest of the room seems to be very empty right now. There's
Do I see
nothing but
Grigori walk in?
Yes, you do.
All right, I'll just open the window and go in. Fuck it.
Sure. You open the window the rest of the way, and you slink into the small room. Grigori,
Hey.
I assume
Robin
I'll
is there.
I see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll nod to him.
Yeah.
Can I search the area a little bit better?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
I'd also like to make one while I'm in here with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, both of you
Thanks, Robin.
can tell, like, this aviary was being used to keep ravens. There are a couple feathers still in the, like, sort of slotted or like stabbed through the sides of the interior of the aviary. Um, and there's like the scratch marks of claws on the wooden floorboard, as well as some of the little metal wires have been turned and twisted a little bit, probably by the little creature's beaks. Aside from that, this place has been like it's not just that it was being kept clean, it was very clearly wiped clean, because the floor like has that sort of still has a little bit of that shine, as it has been wiped with some kind of not just water but some other product as well, perhaps even magic.
Press the digitation, buddy.
Yep. There's also the very clear lack of a smell of creatures, both living or otherwise.
How you doing up there?
Outside.
So you can go up too.
Okay, I'm gonna go up there. I just didn't want to walk in on something.
Yeah, you poke your head and you can see the same that the other two have seen up until now. Small room, aviary, wiped clean. There's only a few raven feathers left in the aviary, and that's about it.
Erica will turn to Sigus. Well, it seems like this is a bust unless they've got something interesting in those wagons out front. You want to try the locate object? Does that work better if you're higher? We could put you in the room up there.
It works better if I'm more central, and just we're way on the other side of the city. So.
Well, we could move back towards the center of the city until that edge of Ordelia is at the edge of your range, and that way we've got this entire side covered.
Because it'll last 7 minutes, and it will go 40.
It's 400 plus
680 feet.
Yep.
So basically, if we stand on the bridge to Kyber's Isle, that should get you all the way to the furthest edge of Ordelia and a good portion of the way back into Beacon's Point and Keystone.
Yeah, I think so. And so yeah, and it's just about how quickly we can cover that distance. So
horses, and
we got
Robin
horses.
is faster than a horse somehow.
Yeah.
I still don't understand that.
How much do we care about Ordelia, though?
I don't
know. Frank did say that she would likely be on a ship, so it may be better to go to the dockways and search there.
That's assuming she's still here. I believe you guys had thought she might have fled already. I thought we were using the masks.
Yeah, we're trying to find. I think searching for the masks is good, because like if it brings us to the masks, we can. One, that's a big payday for us, just straight up, and then two, she might be with them, and if not, we can also track then her spear, but we just buy a scroll for that.
Yeah,
we do have a responsibility to try and round up all of these murderers.
Isn't it likely that the cultists will be with her?
Yes, I think so.
It's quite possible, but if they haven't left the city, this will at least give us an idea if they're in this corner. And if they're not in this corner, well, I mean, we can try again in the dockways.
That's fair. And then if it's not in this area, we go buy a scroll and do it over by like the underbridge dockways. How does that sound?
Yep.
Seems reasonable.
Okay, so where do we want to do our search?
It depends. If we think Ordelia's not going to be a thing, but we want to cover the kind of docks, we can be more central. But if we want to get all the way to the edge of the Ordelia, we basically have to be in the middle of that bridge.
Yeah. I don't know. What is in the Ordelia?
It's just more houses and some docks by the look of it. I don't know.
I think
I feel like being right on the end of this bridge here is best. I mean, he's at 680, right? I mean, that gets...
Yeah, now if we buy scrolls, they'll have way less range.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But to
that's
make the most out of yours, I mean,
Yeah. No,
that
I
gets
think
a
that
lot
makes
of city.
sense.
yeah, that gets like this is a huge area of the city,
Okay,
and then we can move.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that
it
makes
lasts
sense.
7 minutes, right?
Yeah.
7 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so just head. We'll
And then
start
we head
there and
down
then
the
head
main
7
roads.
minutes down the main road and see if we
Okay.
get anything.
I like it.
That's 70 rounds, and we can move 60 feet around.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yep.
so we can actually make good damn distance.
We should be able to get most of the city.
Okay.
Wait.
Just start. So.
Well, if we just take down, I mean, I guess it depends on traffic, obviously, but
Wait, no,
500,
this map is
60.
discount.
Yeah, I don't think we can like full speed, but we can kind of mosey.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're in the main roads, you need to you can't move at full speed. You will be trampling over people, especially because it's broad
Worth it.
daylight.
I was gonna say if we're on the side roads, I think we'd have the same problem.
Yeah, but the main roads, you're just gonna be running into crowds of people. In the side roads, you'd be running into individuals.
Yeah.
would it be a
So,
ride check to avoid them?
Essentially, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna make those ride checks. So
I'm
We
pretty
could
good
put
at
you.
riding horse.
We could put
That's
you on
true,
Grigori's
but
horse.
yeah. So I say we cast it. We see how we make the most of it. I think it's
Yeah.
you've come up with a great plan, and if it
I mean, we
doesn't
can
work out.
use the most of our movement without having to worry about trampling. I think it's not
Exactly.
too big of a deal to try, like, have
Yeah.
to gallop
Like-
through, but
Yeah, worst case it doesn't work, and we go buy some scrolls, and then we scan the rest. We just throw money at this problem.
When
Sorry, I was
I'm
muted,
gonna
but-
head down the stairs and just let the people know that there wasn't anything up there and it looked like it was wiped clean.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I'm just gonna tell them I don't think that we're gonna find. I don't think there's gonna be anything to find.
And I'll whisper to Robin to
Right.
go out the window and meet us down by the front gates.
Will do.
All right, Robin, give me another stealth check, as now you're trying to sneak out of the building.
Oh, through the window. But yeah.
God,
don't care.
fucking damn it. Yeah, you.
Nailed it.
Don't matter.
It's only a 40. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like you jump out the window and down the side of the building, and like somebody turns around, and is like, "What the? Did I just hear? No?" Like they start walking, like they walk in the opposite direction to which you fell in, and then you just walk out casually, without being detected. But Solera, as you inform them that there is nothing to be found upstairs, they all right. Well, we'll lock it down anyways. Thank you for your service, I suppose.
Yeah, and thank you for yours. Please stay safe.
Likewise. Have a good day.
You too.
I'm just gonna check the wagons out front on our way by.
Sure. They're loaded with random bits and pieces. Mostly, it looks like lumber mill workers' tools, and there's about like a good 20 sets of them. There are some like hammers and saws that don't quite match the rest. Like they look more like an engineer's toolkit sort of thing. And there's like some spare chains and hooks, some of which have a little bit of blood on them. Yeah, no, that's about the bulk of it. Aside from that, there's nothing that sort of stands out.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was worth it. Worth a look. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
All right, yeah, no, I mean it takes you like half a minute to get to the bridge, because Kyver's Island is tiny. Even on horseback at a light jog, you manage to get to the bridge in just a moment. And you guys wanted to cast locate object from here? What's the idea?
Yeah,
Yes.
the city side of the bridge, I
Mhm.
believe.
So we've put all the masks in the bag of holding, so they are no longer.
Being
Like-
detected. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You close the
then-
bag of holding just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you're
then
casting.
Yeah, locate objects on one of the like normal masks, and
Okay. So as you close your eyes, you summon this spell forth. Locate object takes up 2 slots for you, doesn't it?
it does.
Good lord.
It's really shitty.
As you concentrate on this magic, you feel it sort of straining against you, sort of struggling to form into a cohesive thought. And then you imagine this mask made out of what looks like human leather with a single sort of goat-like eye. And as you focus on it, you hear a little bit of a chime. And as you open your eyes, you can see a little bit of a almost like white yellowish powder almost drawing a line above you in the sky, sort of in taking you in a specific direction towards the northeast, towards the
Okay.
northern side of Beacon's Point.
Okay.
It's fried.
Yes, to see, I will try and move towards it, I guess, as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Also hilarious, the focus for this spell is a forked stick. So like,
Yeah, it's
there's
a
people who
rod.
like falling, so I'm literally like holding a like a stick as it's like shaking, like
It's like a dowsing rod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which
Um,
made this spell way funnier.
Yeah. I imagine like the way that I'm describing it, what you're seeing is the effect of the spell. Obviously, like it draws a sort of almost like an arrow pointing you in the direction of the thing that you're looking for. Because you discern the direction and the distance to it, correct?
So you search for an item.
So,
Attempt to if the
You sense the direction as, yeah, just the direction. So
okay, yeah,
we're
you
gonna
know
try
that
and
it is
pursue
in
it.
yeah, it's in the
And it-
general sort of northeastern direction, so somewhere in this line.
Mhm. So I'm gonna go, and if we're like a minute out though, I'm gonna like stop and like make sure, or like 30 seconds out, I'm gonna stop and like really make like write down a piece of paper like the direction and a couple reference points around me, so at least we know like
Yeah.
a straight line that we
It-
can kind of continue on.
It doesn't take you that long to move through the coastal roads, as those, well, heavily trafficked, given that people are bringing in merchandise and moving it about the city. They also move with a lot more celerity. They have a purpose to take the merchandise to the market as quickly as possible. So you guys make quick work of the distance separating you from Kyver's Isle to the northern end of Beacon's Point. And as you're advancing, you sense that spell sort of changing directions ever so slightly, correcting your path. And eventually, as you suddenly feel the spell go zoop, turn very abruptly to your left, you realize that the spell is pointing you towards the inside of a ship.
nice. Okay, buff time.
A shop?
Ship.
A ship.
A ship. Got ya.
So this is the part where Robin's like, "Do you want me to do the message scouting to see what I see, or do you want to just all go ham?"
But before you go, please allow me to at least cast protection from evil on you. It'd make me feel better.
Little
Yep.
column A, little column B. I think definitely have you scouting, but not as far, you know? And how far away is this ship? Is it docked or is
It's
it?
docked.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is in fact not only docked, but the board is deployed, and people are getting on and off the ship currently.
Awesome.
Robin, if you can get, I mean, I don't know whether it's swimming or not, but if you can get on and at least identify where our problem area lies, don't engage, but if you can point them out and let Sigus know, we'll come running.
Okay. Can do. And Robin's going to walk off in the other direction into an alleyway, hide,
Okay.
and then become invisible.
All right. You lose whoever the whatever few eyes turned to look in your direction as you were detaching from the party. You quickly lose track of. And you manage to find a nice spot behind some barrels and boxes, where no one can see, and your body becomes transparent as you can now move out of the hiding spot. Where's the rest of the party going to be doing?
Erica's gonna Erica's gonna kick on, wait, how long does this spell last? Ah, God.
Gregori's going to cast Long Strider.
All right. You feel the muscles in your legs sort of suddenly reinvigorated and tense up as you're ready to break into a sprint.
She's gonna cast her divine. She's gonna open up her divine bond on her weapon, and she's going long sword and shield, but she hasn't pulled either of them yet. She's just got her hand on it because she just needs to be kind of touching it for that to work.
All right. You put a hand on your sword, and you begin to feel that sort of energy flow from your body, channeling the divine essence into your blade. And the blade sort of begins to glow ever so slightly within its scabbard. Ever so slightly, a little bit of that light escaping through the gap between the guard and the scabbard itself.
Yeah, and for the record, we're going with Keen.
All right.
Because it's already +1.
All right. Robin.
Yep.
You're invisible. What are you doing?
So I only have a couple rounds. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way across the coastal road to the dock.
Yeah, that'll take up
while
a
I'm
single
visible.
round. You're sort of.
Yep.
Which side of the ship would you like to be? On the side that is the port side, essentially, where the board is, or on the other side, which would leave you a rather large gap, but there's no one looking on that side. Essentially, you're on the next.
Gap.
Sorry.
What's the gap?
The gap is large enough to accommodate another ship. You would be on the next
40
dock
feet.
over, essentially.
Yeah. so I'm gonna
No,
go to
we're
the
looking more at
plank.
like 80 feet.
80. Okay, so I'll go to the side with the plank where people are boarding.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there's a whole bunch of people boarding at once. It's just like some, right?
No, there is a good like 12 people in a line currently, and there's a man like checking their tickets and then letting them up.
Okay, so I'm gonna bypass that line. I'm gonna jump from the dock to the side of the ship and climb up it.
All right.
Yep. Because it's
Um,
way easier that way.
Yeah, you just
Um,
jump across and start climbing the side of the ship. I am having sudden flashbacks of holy hype, but go on.
I'm going to pop a detect magic once I climb up to the edge, and I'm sort of like peering over the deck while hanging off the side and invisible.
You have detect magic.
Wait, where'd you get detect magic?
Detect evil. Sorry.
Oh.
Detect evil.
Plot
You
twist.
you do get like a very minor like natural sense of people being generally selfish, which does detect as evil.
Mhm.
But nothing immediately pops into like evil cleric territory or undead creature territory.
Yeah. Great. From where he's standing and using that detect evil, can he see the wheel of the ship? Is anybody there?
There's no captain at the wheel. No. It
Robin's
is
gonna sneak up and try and disable the wheel.
okay. Give me a disabled device, and this would be like round 4.
Okay. DD.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, you managed to. Are you trying to make it so that it's like stuck?
Stuck, so that when they try to take off,
Okay,
they
so-
can't because the rudder doesn't work.
Right. I will point out if you make it so that it's stuck, it's gonna require like a proper repair check in order to unlock it, essentially.
That's fine.
The idea is that when they go to fucking leave, they can't turn the ship, so they're gonna be like, "Hold the fuck up, we're not leaving yet. We can't steer the ship."
Okay.
Get our
Yeah.
ship right. We gotta fix this. And then it gives us
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. You
That's like
you essentially break the mechanism that connects the wheel to the router.
now. I have a question: is my invisibility like Loki or Ivara? Can I cast it again while I'm already invisible to refresh it? or do I have to
technically
become
it's
invisible?
like Ivara, not like Loki.
Okay, great.
Wait,
Um,
neither of
so-
which you can cast if it's already active though, because one is
But you know what I mean. Is
Yes.
it constant, or do I have to become visible and cast
no,
it?
you can recast it. It just
Like, you're
takes up
casting
another
it.
key point.
Sure, yeah. Basically, I just wanted to know if I had a single round of visibility, or if it was like right at the end of the round as my last action, I can cast it to
You
refresh
can,
it
at the end of
before.
the round, recast it.
Okay, so I've still got like one more round in me, I think, because it's one round per level, and I have 6.
Yes, this, like, round 4 was disabling, so you're on your last round, essentially.
Great. So I'm just gonna see wherever the nearest entry point to below deck is, and
Actually,
I'm just gonna head there.
How many rounds do you have? 5 or 6?
It's one per ninja level, so it's 6.
So it's 6. Okay, so you have this round and one more.
Okay, so I'm gonna head to the nearest entrance to the below deck area.
Okay. Yeah, it's you sort of jump down from the wheel area and then down the stairs.
Yeah. So what's the vibe going on below deck? Is it packed? What's going on?
It looks like people are going in and out of different rooms. It looks like this is a like a commercial ship line, as in
Yeah.
like transport. What's the right word for this? You get what I mean, though. It's like a
It's economy.
economy. Yeah, economy class
personnel
transport.
ship, isn't it?
What?
The what?
Personnel ship.
Yeah, I guess
Ferry.
a personal. It's a ferry, essentially.
A ferry.
A long distance
Um,
ferry, but yeah.
Would I hear anybody talking about like where it's going out of curiosity?
No, people are talking about their daily plans, and some are complaining about how long the ship is taking to depart, and some are like sort of a little bit nervous about their trip. You also hear somebody already puking from seasickness.
Nice. All right. So during my last round, what I'm gonna do is I'm sort of gonna, because there are probably pillars holding up the deck, right? I'm sort of just gonna like walk by a pillar, and as I walk by the pillar, I'm gonna like become visible again, kind of thing.
Okay.
Except I'm gonna snap my fingers as I do it to put on like a cloak and a hood and just look like some fucking plebeian. And I'm just gonna be walking by, just on the ship,
All right.
doing a
Yeah.
vibe. And
Give me
detecting evil.
give me one last stealth check.
Sure thing.
Are you messaging us back or?
I can. I'm just gonna update you. Like I've disabled the wheel, so even if they do take off, they can't because they're gonna need to fix that first.
So
And
while you do
yeah.
that, I'm gonna switch back to the rest of the party. Rest of
Yeah,
the party,
absolutely.
Robin has gone invisible. You lost track of him. You guys wanted to approach the ship, correct? That was the idea.
Yeah, and I wanted to do a perception kind
Yeah.
of at the ship in the area.
Yeah, I'd like to scan the passengers to see if I reckon, because I saw the Lemia transform into her human version.
Yeah.
So I want to see if I can spot her at all. with my eyes first.
Sure. Give me a perception check very quickly. You're pretty confident. The both of you are very confident that none of these passengers outside, at the very least, is the Lamia. However,
Erica
like
detect
you
evil on them.
sure.
Sigus will be staying behind Erica and Gregory, but also detecting magic. Are we like walking through the ship? Did we just walk on?
No, you
No,
guys
I
are
think we're
walking
moving
across
in.
the dock
Up to it.
where the
Yeah.
people are lined up to get onto the ship.
Erica is actually going to jump in the back of the line at if we get that far and she doesn't detect anyone evil.
Sure. You do detect like normal everyday life evil, as in like probably someone that I don't know stole money from their family and is running away from the city, sort of thing.
Not detecting cultists, basically.
Not detecting an evil creature per se, like something that would corrupt your soul.
Yeah. Because all the cultists we encountered were part cleric, because they could channel, so they'd all ping properly.
As yeah.
Yeah. So she's like just kind of like click on eyes, click off eyes, and just kind of like standing there in the back, one hand on the holy symbol, one hand on the sword, like do.
Like the people in the line like are talking either amongst their companions or the person who's at the front is like negotiating some price for the ticket or like an enhancement or whatever. And some of the people at the back sort of like turn their heads to look at you and is like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is someone in full plate armor with shining eyes behind me? And they look at you with like a little bit of fear in their eyes, but also confusion, and then they very quickly turn their head and like sort of look down. Please don't talk to me, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Grigori
she's
will
not.
actually come up next to Erica and be like,
Okay.
wouldn't it be a better idea just to talk to the men on the ship and see if we can search his ship for a wanted fugitive? Because
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sorry.
do have my bounty hunter's license that may help us search for them.
Oh, yes, that would be an excellent idea. I am used to queuing and waiting my turn, I guess.
Alright. What about Salera and Sigis? What are the two of you doing?
I'm kind of down to just keep kind of wandering. Like, how visible is it that detect magic is on? Like, my eyes are like glowing and
Yeah,
everything.
your eyes glow with a little bit of a magical sheen to them.
God, yeah.
It's like
Um,
not evident enough that if somebody saw you across the street, they would know. But if you're talking to someone face to face, it's sort of obvious.
Yeah, I'll have my hood kind of pulled up if Silair is down to come with me, and we kind of can wander through looking for people because the items, the masks will ping and we know they're somewhere here. But we can also go with Grigori and whatever we
I was gonna
want.
say your
Yeah.
locate object, put it on the ship. So if you want to
Yeah.
come with us and we're getting us on the ship, that might be an idea.
Just to clarify, your locate object is still active, and it is
Oh.
pointing towards the ship as you're moving alongside the ship. You
Okay.
still have like a couple
Yeah.
more minutes of that spell.
I'm just gonna follow the line wherever it is, and if Silair wants to come with me to kind of explain on the way, I just yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
like
just gonna
I
home
think
in on that.
you
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna whisper to things, be like, I'm just following the yellow brick road and
Yeah.
gonna deal with changes as they come up.
so
Okay, I'm
Sigis,
gonna keep looking around.
yeah. Sigis, as you're sort of moving alongside trying to pinpoint where the object might be on the ship, you I want to check something very quickly about this spell. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Disintegrate is actually too powerful a spell. I'm sorry you cannot
No.
cast it.
Also, note that like you could use the detect object to narrow down where Robin has to look.
Ooh.
Like, front half or back half of the ship.
Yeah. So you managed to narrow down like the spell is pinging you towards the back third of the ship, almost getting to the back of the ship itself,
Okay.
and somewhere in the like lower decks sort of thing.
Got ya. I will whisper that to Robin and I'll tell Silera. In the back of the ship, probably in the lower decks.
I'll
So-
check
so-
out
so
the back then.
So we're getting on the ship then?
Like, yeah, I think so. Walk
I mean,
on.
at this point, you'll see that Grigori and Erica are walking up towards the front of the line.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
And we're gonna like scurry over. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Go with them and
Right, Robin. Back to you. What are you doing?
Well,
Having
at least-
have obtained this extra information from Sigis.
Yeah, so I know where the back of the ship is, and I still have Detect Evil up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just casually saunter on through the crowd and just move to the back of the ship.
You sort of feel that sort of casual, normal, mundane evil, mundane evil, and then bing! You suddenly, at the very edge of your spell, are getting several pings at once.
I got him.
Yeah.
Do not engage. Do not engage.
I literally just put, I feel like Robin and I Secret Service style, like.
Yeah, just up to the ear, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, talking
check.
into your cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin, you can tell like somebody's coming out of one of the rooms and like stops, looks at you, sort of squints. It's like, something going on, Mister? Sir?
Robin.
Robin?
What? Are you
It's
talking
you.
to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's squinting at you apparently.
So Robin, like as you're going towards the back of the ship, because you're walking through the inside corridors, there's like literally no place to hide in them. Somebody opens the
Yeah.
door, like coming out of their room, sees you, and like they
Yeah.
squint at you. It's like, is something wrong, sir?
And Robin's just kind of like ignoring them for a second, and then is like, hears maybe their voices maybe a little bit louder than the crowd, and just sort of says like, "What? No."
You sure? Are you feeling all right, sir?
I mean, I've been better, but
Sort of gestures at his own face. It's like, your eyes, sir.
and they're probably glowing like purple because he's a fucking
Dusk Knight, yeah.
what the
Dusk
Dusk
Knight.
Knight. So
Yeah.
instead of being like bright gold and white, they're like a dark shady purple. And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, that's I've got like a heritage thing. I'm only
Ah.
vaguely aware of it. It's fine."
Sorry for the intrusion then. Please. And he sort of keeps starts walking in your direction and like moves past you.
Yeah. Can I sort of like, is he wearing robes covering what he's got, sort of like I'm wearing?
No, he looks more like he's wearing some kind of suit and tie sort of thing. Like a black vest on top of a white shirt. Almost like a tux, but without any kind of jacket sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
You get the feeling like they're probably some kind of either noble's servant or some similar kind of position.
And is this dude pinging evil?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
All right. Yeah, no, I'll just sort of let him by and be like, "Yeah, have a good day.
Yep.
Thanks for checking in on me. Not a lot of people do that."
Uh,
Cheers.
Back outside, Salera, Grigori, Erica, and Sigis, the four of you are sort of approaching the man at the head of the line, sort of the bouncer for the ship, essentially. Who's leading the charge on this?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, well, let's
Yeah.
let Spylara do it. And then
I was gonna
Fix
say-
up the girls a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, fix my hair.
Erica and Grigori are one off each shoulder.
Sure. So Salera, you go up but to the front of the line, and at first they only see you as like, please go back to the back of the line, please. Just line up. We don't make any exceptions. And they like they raise their hands. See, like there's two massive people armed
Heavily
and
armed.
like
Yeah.
One's got their hands on their slightly glowing sword.
Yeah, as they turn to the client at the front of the line, and they go like, "Could you wait for a minute?" Yes, yes, of course. No, please go ahead and yeah. Right. Yes. How can I help you?
Sorry to bother you. We are, and I'm gonna kind of like have my hand like, can you come a little closer? And I'm gonna
They get a little
lean
bit
in
closer.
a little bit and lower my voice and say, we're working on an investigation, and we need to clear the ship before it leaves. I have official documentation if you need to see it, but if we could stop boarding the people so that we can clear the ship before you leave. I don't want any problems from anybody that may be inside. And then I'm just
Yes,
gonna
no.
kind of leave it at that and not really want to say the words that I.
Give me a diplomacy check. I know that you're gonna crush it, but just give me a diplomacy check. I just want to know by how much. Oh, fucking Christ! They just like, yes, of course. You go on ahead. I will talk to the captain and make sure that everything is on. Okay. Do you need me to show you the inside around?
No, I think we'll figure it out. If
Okay.
you just can kind of keep guard of the front and make sure that nobody else goes in.
Or
I just want
leaves.
to, or leaves. I just want to make sure maintain safety of the people that are needing to travel.
Yes, of course. Please, go on ahead, board up, and make sure that the safety of our passengers is completely assured.
All right.
Apologies, everyone, for the delay. We will be offering some food and free drinks as soon as we can board. To apologize for the delays. Like there, you can tell like they are trying to appease the line of customers.
Right.
But yeah, you're
And
free
then,
to.
yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you so much. We'll make it quick. And then I'm like, come on, boys.
I can vaguely hear Robert very far away from the
Oh.
mic.
My bad. As Guru walks by, he's going to hand him a gold coin and a nod and a very quick thank you for your cooperation. We really appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Like they look at their hand, like pocket the coin, but they look a little bit confused now.
For the trouble of
Yes.
delaying your passage.
Yes, of course. Just one more moment, everyone. We'll be checking in all of your belongings, and we can depart as soon as possible.
All right, let's follow the wayward Sigus. Also, as soon as we get on the boat, Erica will boop him with protection from evil.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna message Robin that we're on, and I'm going to move as close as I can, kind of to the back of the ship, but also if I can differentiate any like top down, left, right, if there's any opportunity to do that.
Hold up a second though, because we know that these guys are clerics. They can channel negative energy. If they start doing that with passengers on board, they're all gonna fucking die. So you might want to bring them all up to the, I don't know, at least to the deck, to get them out of Dodge.
Yeah. I
Assuming
think
you're
it. Yeah.
talking to the party about this as well.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're communicating with...
I'm gonna communicate to the party that like that concern, and then I think like we should try and locate them, and then as soon as we do, clear everyone off. But we don't
I know
wanna,
where
like...
they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
know where
Robin's
they are.
got the
I've
room
got
here.
eyes on the door.
Oh, perfect. Then yeah,
If
I'm
you
gonna
could
send everyone to the
Probably
front of the ship.
disable the door so that they can't leave it.
Or
Robin.
if
Then we have to
you-
get it.
Or
Yep.
or if you want me to create some sort of diversion, and I
Mhm.
can bring people to a certain area of the ship for a time, if that's possible, depending on how the ship looks, I can bring people kind of away from that, and then kind of be a diversion while
I was gonna
you
say
start something, and then I can join.
if you can
Like
bring
I
them
can
to
start
the
singing or something.
if you can bring them to the bow, and like Erica or Grigori could kind of shepherd people towards you, that might give us enough clearance that it wouldn't be a problem. But you were saying something to Robin, I think?
Yes,
Wilson?
and this might be important for your guys' plan. Robin, as you're sort of advancing a little bit more and like stop now that you're close enough,
Leaning
you
up
do.
against the wall to chill or whatever.
Yeah. You sort of look. You were sort of nonchalantly got your back against the wall, sort of looking like as if you're about to break out a pipe and start smoking, probably. You are detecting evil not from a single room, but from 4 different rooms, and a single dot on each of them.
And they're
That's
all
awesome.
equal, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, they all seem equal. One of them is maybe a little bit weaker than the other 3.
All right. I'm gonna say that I've got 4 targets. None of them appear to be Zenesha.
Okay. Um.
So my suggestion would be that Silera do a performance at the front of the ship. Will likely pull a lot of people to the front of the ship and away from harm, so that we can engage with the cultists.
Yeah.
Yes, I
See,
agree.
I'll see if I can let some people know. And Robin's gonna turn to the nearest person and just be like, "Hey, I heard they're doing like a performance before we leave. I don't know if you want to be down here, but like you'll get a much better spot up top if you leave now."
So, sorry, Robin, who are you saying that to, or
Just to some dude, because there are people coming in and out of rooms, and
Okay.
like just some
Yeah.
normal fucking dude. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, there's gonna be some entertainment on the deck starting. You might want to like grab some of your friends and head up there."
Yeah. There's like one of the people who comes out of the room you managed to catch and like say that to. He's like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll see you around. Thanks for the heads up. And like they
Yeah.
leave down the
Don't
hallway.
forget your friends.
They sort of give you a strange smile and like give you a nod and keep going.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that like some people walking to the front might have other people like, "Oh, where are they going? I'm gonna go take a look too," and they might just follow the herd.
Okay.
Engage Operation Sing Song, and the rest of us will head downstairs. I guess.
We'll head out to kind of like around the corners down the hall, so like maybe like a round of movement, like
Sure.
at full speed there.
Yeah, it just takes about 1 round for you guys to catch up to where Robin is. Maybe like a round and a half, but we're sort of out of combat, so like it's a little bit of a vague concept of time. It takes about like 20, 30 seconds to walk the length of the ship on the inside.
Okay.
That's a big ass ship.
Grigori is
If
gonna
you're
place
walking.
himself
No, it isn't.
at the base of the stairs down, so that he can see up to the sky and then also down the ship. So that at range he can help either Silera or.
Okay, yeah, you're sort of standing. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're standing at the top of the stairs. You have a good line of sight down one of the hallways, but keep in mind that there's like side hallways and there's an opening in the center of the lower deck, separating the upper lower decks and the lower decks. Like there's 2 levels of rooms.
Yeah. I can move pretty quick, so I should be able to cover most distances.
If anyone's seen the series on Netflix, Dracula, the old style ship in which Dracula makes his way from the old world to the new world, that's the kind of ship that you guys are on.
For a second, I thought you were talking about Helsing, and I was like, "This isn't a battleship.
No.
This isn't an aircraft carrier. What are you talking about?"
No. We're talking about a double-decker personnel
I gotcha
ship.
Eventually.
Yeah. There's technically 3 floors to the ship. The first 2 lower decks are rooms, with the front of the ship having sort of dining area. And then there's the 3rd floor underneath, which is the cargo hold at the bottom.
All right. Well, Solera, if you're starting singing, I think the rest of us are heading down.
Okay.
I
Then Solera.
think we each pick a door.
Well,
Yeah, once the performance.
Follow your locate object just to make sure it is with the evil people and the masks aren't elsewhere.
So, Sigis, your locate object will lead you to the first door on the left, from which Robin is detecting evil, and you guys are sort of standing together in that hallway, sort of thing.
Okay.
Solera, I am gonna need a performance check if you're gonna perform a song, and I think it is the first time that you're rolling performance per se in like 50 sessions.
Yeah,
Yep.
since the Swallowtail Festival or whatever.
Yep.
It's been a hot minute.
Perform oratory.
Or I could do percussion, whichever one you prefer.
Just start slapping the booty.
Um,
Percussion. Do
Grigori, Grigori, how obvious are you making it that you're ready for combat? Are you like have your bow out and with an arrow, or are you just like standing somewhat discreetly at the top of the stairs?
Well, I was gonna be at the bottom of the stairs.
Or well, at the bottom of the
I would
stairs.
probably have like my bow, like part of it, like on the ground. Like I'd have it off of me and like just
Yeah, sort of like
on top of it.
like a staff or a walking cane.
Yeah, exactly. And
Sure.
that's kind of how I would be sitting.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah. Solaire, you begin to perform.
So out of character,
Yes.
Heidi, we cannot hear you. You fucked up.
So in the future, I'm not prepared, but out of character. In the future, I think I'm gonna prepare like maybe 2 or 3 songs that I can actually sing, so that it's not just a recording, to add a little bit more fun.
yeah.
Love it.
to
Hell
it.
yeah.
Cool.
But
Perfect.
I literally was like, oh, singing. Oh, I could sing something. Trying to think of a song that I have. So not prepared, but I will in the future have a few songs prepared to actually sing.
Hell yeah. All right.
Portions
I'll
of
put
before the session,
something
so.
up that is pre-recorded for the time being then.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. With that check, you begin to sing, and like the people on the line outside sort of like look up. It's like, wow, that sounds actually really good. Like all of their heads are sort of turning to look towards the ship, and you can tell like people are sort of enthralled by this performance that you're giving them at the top of the ship. It almost looks like you're using the ship as a stage for them. Since where you're standing sort of gives them a good view of where you're performing. And to the three of you by the doors, you do see like people starting to like poke their heads out of their rooms. It's like, where is that music coming from? Like they sort of curiously start to wander out of their rooms.
Yeah, if Erica sees people, she'll be like, "Oh, they're putting on a performance before setting off on the main deck. Head on up. I don't think there's much of a crowd yet."
Give me a diplomacy check.
Sure.
I should be asking for bluff because you're faking enthusiasm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
no, she's enthusiastic, and there literally is a performance happening. She's trying to
Yeah,
convince them
yeah,
to
yeah.
go.
Okay.
You
Give me a
should
diplomacy
go
then.
watch the music.
Yeah. So like they like give you a thankful nod. It's like yeah. That sounds actually pretty good. Like wow, I haven't heard that kind of voice since. Like they're sort of already like talking about it as if they had gone to a concert in the past, but they are like very clearly enthralled by this performance. And you can tell like people are not forming on the main deck; they're sort of forming in that sort of opening at the center of the lower decks, where the music is sort of coming from above in the opening, the sort of grates that connect the lower decks with the main deck.
Can we try to shepherd the crowd up?
That is going to require you to get properly involved in there.
Okay.
I think it'd be better if we all
okay.
just try and go in the doors.
There-
and
I
deal
will
with it
say-
in one round.
How far away are
Yeah.
they from the doors?
From
Are
the
they
from the
30 feet
closest,
away?
yeah, no, from the closest door, they're about 20 feet away. Like the closest person is 20 feet away, and the furthest person is like 35.
Also, note that we know the channel is blocked by walls. So if you close the door behind you, they can't channel and hurt people.
Well,
Or if they're on deck or at least 30 feet away. It's fine.
once most of the people are like at least 20 feet away and no one appears to be coming out of the doors, Erica will put her shield on, pull her sword, and go for the divine symbol and say, "Ready."
All right.
Right, so Robin's gonna stop leaning against the wall. He's gonna walk up to the nearest door, and he's gonna just be like, "All right, I'm gonna fuck this one up, so that we don't get any surprises." How's that sound?
I was also wondering,
Sure.
do we all just want to all open a door and deal with one person at it?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just don't know how
Yeah.
you're gonna do with the soloing.
Oh,
I mean-
I'm just gonna color spray them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
That'll fucking do it.
Or I'll stick them with shocking grasp.
And then Grigori, you can
Hey,
just stand
get-
out here and help if somebody needs it.
We
I
have
can
a
see
fourth
them from
door.
here, right?
Yeah.
You're at the bottom of the stairs, yes, but there's like about 10 people between you and the party right now. Because they are all sort of leaning on the railway and like looking upwards, trying to catch a little bit more of that song coming down from the main deck.
Yeah. I mean, to note, as long as if it isn't total cover, I can hit whatever I want to hit.
All right, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. The thing is, like, once they go into the rooms, you won't have line of sight,
yeah.
obviously.
And I do want to mention that there is the fourth door that Evil's coming from.
Well,
Like, there's
no, Evo's
3 of us
coming
and 4
out
doors.
of all of the doors.
Yes.
Yeah, all
There's
4
something
of them,
evil in
right?
each. Yes. So all we have to do is send one person in each, and Grigori stands outside and covers us. That's it.
Yeah. If the other one comes out, he's just going to be filled with arrows pretty quick.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. So Robin's gonna go up to the door, put his hand like right near the knob, and just like look at and be like, "I'm ready."
Okay, so
Robin
which
knows a weak one?
yeah,
So
which door are you leaving unprotected, essentially?
Whichever is the weakest. Why not?
Okay.
Actually, that sounds like a trap. Let's leave the one on the right unattended.
I was gonna say, leave the one that's
Near right or
furthest
far
down the
right?
hall. Furthest
Everyone's
from the
closest to
humans.
Grigori.
No, we want furthest from the people, because closest
okay.
to Grigori is
Yeah,
closest to the
yeah.
innocents.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Range is not
Erico.
an issue.
Then
We'll take the second closest door, because I believe Robin grabbed the closest.
roll me some initiative, boys.
Also, do we count as hearing Solar's song?
She is not doing a bardic performance right now. It is just a mundane performance.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, I didn't
I
even
thought
think
I
about
Pick my
that.
token.
Yeah.
In the future, if
poop.
I'm performing as a distraction, can I use it as a
Yeah.
bardic performance?
Yeah.
Or is it? Aw, man.
Just
I
keep
don't
in mind
know.
that
That's
if
good
you
to know.
bardic performance with people who's your captive audience, you're technically giving all of them bardic performance. So the random
Gotcha.
NPCs will count as your allies technically.
That
I
seems
mean,
reasonable.
If they want to jump in on the fight, then
Yeah.
hell yeah. Do you want me to roll as
We'll
well, even though
fuck
I'm
them up.
away,
Yeah.
just to get me on the list? Okay, deal.
Yeah, please, everyone roll. Boop. I'm just gonna very quickly do. The week. And I need to just do a turn once and do one of.
Yes. Yeah. And I guess would we all delay to the same initiative, and then we all just like open all the doors?
Yeah, I'll assume that like the initiative I only care about is within the party who's going first.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially you guys are catching them.
I think technically the last one is the 9, but yeah, it'll just ping.
All right. So, since you guys want to all act together, I'm gonna assume that Grigori. Well, no, Grigori isn't moving to the doors. So, you guys opening the doors?
Yes.
All right.
We all, pretty much
Simultaneously.
ready to do it so that we, surprise round.
Okay, sure.
That's the idea.
You guys sort of burst open the doors. Who's going to which door, actually? Number yourselves from 1 to 4. So, Robin, clockwise being the weakest, and then the 2 furthest doors, and then the closest one. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, weak, strong far, strong close.
I'm taking 3.
Okay. Erica?
Close. I think that's 4.
4. And then Sigis, are you going for number 1, which is the weakest, or?
I guess so. I'll
Okay.
go for number 1, and I'm okay with that.
All right.
That way, number 2 is surrounded, which is great.
All right. Then, as you guys open the doors, Sigis, you see 2 men, sort of holding their belongings in like lacking the word for this. Not quite suitcases, but close enough. Like it's like a basket as they are sort of moving, almost like laundry around. And like the two of them stop and look at you. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you in our room?
Six will say, freeze, don't move, hands up. There's contraband on this, and I will restrain you if there's at the slightest provocation. And then if they make any moves, I'm gonna cast color spray on both of them.
Sure. You see one of them go like, what do you mean contraband? Brother, what's going on? I don't know. It's what? Who are you? Who sent you?
Hands up.
They're still like holding the laundry baskets. Up to you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to, because my detect magic is not still on. I'm going to tell them to drop the boxes and put their hands up.
All right. Up until like they're not going to be able to act until their turn though.
Yes. I'll be like,
Okay.
I am a powerful sorcerer and not to be trifled with. Glare.
You can probably ready an action for the color spray.
I'll assume that you have a ready in action for color spray if they try something. Erica?
Yeah.
What's Sigis, what is your trigger for the action?
So my trigger is if I notice any spellcraft starting to happen, or if I see any weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, or if any kind of cultist activity.
Sure.
Yeah, hostile acts.
Then Erica, you burst open your door, and what you see on the other side is a person, sort of probably like middle-aged man, judging from a quick glance, who's like suddenly startling and getting onto their on a sitting position as they were lying down on a bed. And it's like, what the fuck? Get out of my room. As they sort of reach for a hand crossbow on their bedside table, like pointing at you.
Freeze! I am a paladin of Iomade. You are detecting evil. You will comply.
Terminator mode on. Erica, they are pointing a crossbow at you.
Do they seem to say anything?
Okay, yeah. So they sort of like look at you, look around. It's like, what the fuck do you mean I'm detecting as evil? Fuck you! Get out of my room!
Is he detecting as evil?
Yeah, he is.
You can do this one of two ways. I can subdue you, and you can, I can subdue you, or you can come quietly, and you can hand over everything, including your mask.
I'll take that as your action for the turn, though. For the surprise round. Saler, you're singing. There's nothing that would sort of tick you off right now to stop singing.
Could I finish my song and then perform another song that is my Inspire song?
You can weave the Inspire into
Yeah, you
the
can
song.
weave into it.
You can start it and stop it.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll do that, yeah.
Yeah, so like suddenly people like start to lift their heads and like, whoa, what is this song? Like, I feel light. Yeah, I know, right? It's like it's touching my soul. As the crowd sort of starts to look even more enthralled by the performance. Everyone can hear her, and thus you guys get inspired courage.
Right.
Robin, you open your door, which is number 4, correct? No, number 3. You open number 3, and number 3 you see a man somewhere in their like late 20s, sort of reading through a book. They sort of stop, turn around to look at you, with the door like burst open. Like, hello? Can I help you?
So, it's glowing purple. Does this dude detect as evil?
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, I'm just gonna use the surprise round to run up to him and fucking sucker punch him.
Go for it.
Because dude's evil, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just knocking him out. I'm not killing
Sure.
him, so...
He said, like, the dude's, like, sitting on their bed, reading a book. He's like, yeah, can I help you? And you just run and, like, fucking flying punch into their face. Like, oh, thunk!
Literally the GIF.
I was
That's
gonna
what-
say,
that's
Yes.
what
Literally
Andrew-
the
you might
gift, yeah,
just
that's
kill
all
him
you
anyway.
see. No, that's not gonna kill him. That might knock him out,
Amazing.
though.
30,
38
38.
non-lethal damage?
You're number 3. 38 non-lethal?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You killed him. As you... you...
I'm sorry.
You punch...
Variety.
You punch them in the jaw, and you hear their necks start to turn as they were, like, unprepared to take this blow. They sort of don't quite react with their body, like, they don't move with the momentum of your strike. You hear first their jaw sort of crack underneath your punch, and normally that means, like, your momentum in that blow sort of gets dissipated and you continue your movement. However, you see their jaw sort of pull on the rest of their cranium, and you hear their neck sort of snap with a blow, and they fall limp to the side.
Jesus.
Soren, you just pulled in an Arya right there.
Yep.
So I have a question. Out of character, is there any way for like us in the future, like, is there any way to be like, I only want to do like half damage or something, or
Well,
no?
so first of all,
Non-lethal.
this dealt double his hit points and his constitution score in
Yeah.
damage in a single hit.
Yeah,
Which means
I'll-
that he was not a cleric of this cult.
No, you dealt full HP plus their full constitution.
Yeah.
But I
Got
dealt non-lethal, so if I dealt their full HP, then they're just unconscious.
Yeah, but you also exceed. Oh, right, because you.
Yeah.
non-lethal.
Non-lethal damage.
Once you get to 0, it starts dealing lethal though.
Dealing lethal, and then it can become negative.
Right. Hang on then. That was 38 damage.
So if it's more than their
Hang on.
max HP, they're immediately unconscious.
Yeah, no, I think they're just barely alive then.
Okay.
38, 17. Yeah, they're just barely alive. As you
Right.
like, you hear the snap of their neck and they fall limp, and you can hear the as they are unconscious and barely breathing.
Now, it is at this point that I would like to just clarify. We distributed ones of Cure Light Wounds, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna put one on my sheet.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Grigori should have one. Or
I take
whoever
care of
doesn't-
everyone but
yeah,
me.
Everyone but Sigus.
And then someone else who gets a 1 of cure moderate wounds.
I
Silera
have-
has one, so
I have the other cure mod
I was thinking-
on my sheet right now.
Grigori, because you two can both lay hands, correct?
I can, Robin can't yet, but yeah,
Okay.
we can give it to Grigori, it's fine too. It's got 15 charges.
Hold on. I do not have access to Cure Moderate Wounds, so I cannot use it.
Okay, then I will
yeah.
keep it with the rest of the med kit.
Yeah.
All right. Grigori, I am gonna need you to give me actions for your turn if you're doing anything.
Can I hurry the people along? Like, because I assume at the end of the round they start moving more.
What do you mean they start moving more?
Like the people that are downstairs still.
People are like not moving outside at all. They were sort of enjoying the show from the lower deck
Yeah.
viewing area.
We have the hall just to ourselves, I think.
Yeah, the hallway is empty and nobody has heard the noise because Celera is sort of singing over it.
Yeah. And we're finally ambushing someone.
So I don't have people between me and.
You do. You have like 10
You're standing
people
at the
that are
bottom of the
standing.
stairs.
Yeah, they're standing. So the stairs lead into a sort of circular hallway, at the center of which is a opening into the lower decks still.
So yeah, I was just making sure that there are people still down here. I'm not
Yes.
trying to get them to go upstairs.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check. I suppose.
God.
But tell me how you're trying to convince them.
It's funny because I actually had something prepared for this, but it's gone now. Fuck, what was it? Like pretty much along the lines of, there's a wonderful bard upstairs, and
Shh, we know.
seeing the performance as well as hearing it multiplies how amazing it is.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check.
All right, this is gonna go real fucking bad, I promise.
Yeah, like.
Oh
yeah, it's
my
like
God.
as you start to say that, it's like, shh, shut up! I want to hear the song. Ah, she sounds just like an angel.
All right, I'm gonna then just move past him.
Yeah, there's enough room behind them because they're not like grouped up. They are sort of pushing against the railing so that they can like properly hear, sort of like focus on the song, and they are leaving enough room behind them that you can move past.
Yeah, I'll pass through, and then once I've passed them, I'll grab a few arrows into the hand that's holding like I'm actually holding the bow. How I'm supposed to, and I'm gonna have some arrows in that hand as well, so that I can pull them quickly and then fire them.
Sure. You sort of get ready for combat, and people, like, despite being able to see you, are clearly not paying attention to you right now.
Yeah, that's what I was banking on, honestly.
Yeah. Sigus, one of the two men with you in the room, sort of like looks at you. It's like starts to put down the laundry. It's like, look, I'm sure there's some kind of explanation for this. Come on, brother. I'm sure we can negotiate something or other. Yeah. I'm sure we can probably talk this out. Who sent you though? You say that you are taking us, and they sort of put the laundry on a table next to the bed.
I'm going to sense motive to see if he's just stalling. Not that will give me much, but I'm very. You know what? I'm totally okay with color spraying these people. So
Okay.
I'm still gonna roll it, but it's like it's non-lethal, guaranteed. And by the time they come around, we'll probably be gone, potentially.
Okay.
Sense motive. Nailed it.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So like the first man put the laundry on the floor, and they are standing 10 feet away from you, and the other one sort of moved closer to the back of the room. They put down the laundry basket next to the bed. The one that sort of agreed to first, like some sort of smoother talker of the two. I mean, he looks compliant, like he's trying to convince his brother to be a little bit less angry about what's going on. However, as you did mention, you sort of looking back and forth between the two of them. The one that is at the back of the room sort of puts down the basket, and they reach in with one hand, pull out a gun, and point it at you.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna color spray.
What's the range in color spray?
It's 15 feet.
They're currently outside of your range.
Okay.
As they move
I
towards
guess
the
I'm taking
I don't
a
think
bullet.
I don't think he would have prepared the action if he was out of range. I think
Well,
he
no,
would have gone in range
they
first.
started within range, but as he moved towards the back to put the laundry basket down, that's when he
That's
moved
alright.
outside of range.
I can take a bullet.
Can you?
Probably. Level.
If he's a gunslinger, maybe not.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
That
but-
*4 critical could hurt you a lot.
Oh yeah, like
Maybe
this
if it
could go
crits.
terribly. But at this point, I don't really have another option.
Nope.
So.
At least you're not flat-footed, and you got protection
True.
from evil going. So
And
there's
mage
that.
armor.
Alright, what's your touch AC?
Oh fuck, he is. It's not,
Not a
great.
lot.
I'll be honest. Hey, it's actually the exact same. It's 17. Like
Oh,
all my armor's dex and magic.
alright. So Sigus, they point a gun at you and fire. The noise of thunder sort of eclipses the music outside. Everyone's sort of like, whoa, what the fuck was that? It's like they start to scream in panic as they hear a gun go off. Sigus, the bullet sort of bounces off of the wall, crushes the wood next to your head, and you see the bullet sort of. You hear it sort of strike through the wall behind you. Erica, you're in the room number 4. You hear the thunder of the gun go off behind you, and you see wood chips flying overhead next to you as the bullet sort of lodges itself on the wall behind the other person in this room with you. Sigis, do you want to take your prepared action to color spray the other person in this room?
No, I'm going to wait, and on my turn, I'm going to move to get them both in a cone if possible.
Sure. As the one of the two brothers sort of shot at you, the other was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is wrong with you, brother?" Let's see. Robin, your guy is unconscious, and then the only
Well
person,
done, Robin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only other
Yeah, thank you.
person left then is. Oh, I have them numbered wrong.
Yeah, there's Hand Crossbow McGee with Erica and whoever's in mystery door number 2.
There we go. Number 4 is gonna hears the gun, looks around, looks at you, is like aims the crossbow at you and takes the shot. What's your AC?
My AC right now is 25.
Yeah, they shoot at you and the ball goes like bing and just bounces off of your armor like, oh shit.
That was an unwise decision.
Yeah, they get up and take a battle stance for the time being. Sigis, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a step to try and get them so they're both in a 15-foot cone,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Color Spray.
All right. What's the DC on it?
I will just drop it, and then you'll know it
Plus
is.
2 because
14.
Conjuration.
16.
No,
It's
16.
illusion.
Oh,
It's
then
illusion,
14.
So it's only 14.
Will negates. Okay, yeah, no, they sort of look at you and like the meeker of the two brothers sort of like, wait, no, I'm sure we can falls to the floor. And the other one sort of manages to raise their hand to block their eyes just in time. And as they lower their arm, they cock their gun again.
So
readying
no
another bullet.
effect.
No.
Oh, will negates.
Will negates.
Will negate.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna, as a free action, I'm gonna whisper to Robin that we got a gunslinger in here, and I could use a hand.
You got it, boss.
You currently all you hear is the beep.
Merp.
Merp. Erica, it is.
Take like a free action to tell the people that were near me to get up onto the deck.
Yeah, so the people will act on Solera's turn, and they're about to break into a panic, and like you can tell, like they're about to rush towards you, Gregory.
And it's
No,
Silera's
I
job
want-
to keep them calm, for the record.
Yep,
I
that's my
thought
plan.
I was on the other side of them.
Oh no, you're right. You got on the other side. They are about to rush away from you and towards the upper deck. Erica, it is your turn.
Erica is how far is this guy away from me?
10 feet.
Beautiful. I am going to. Yeah, exactly. I am gonna do should I go completely overkill on this one or not?
No.
I got a couple smites per day.
Stop killing people.
I am going to smite this evil man, and then I am going to charge this evil man.
Okay, you smite. You feel that ping as you connect with a follower of an evil deity, and you feel your own divine power sort of swelling within to empower your attacks, to embolster your attacks.
Click on my character token.
Yep, I'm just filling the space between you declaring your attack and you clicking.
Why isn't this working? I got my token clicked and it's not rolling.
Not rolling at the base.
Yeah.
I can roll it. I'm seeing the attack
Roll
work
can.
just fine.
I'm not seeing it.
No, you can see
Me
the
neither.
the base button works just fine.
Oh.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Yeah, just a single on the Sun Silver.
Give her.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm getting C is undefined. Interesting. Just go through your character sheet. 'Cause it looks like there's some kind of error.
No, that's what I was trying to do through the character sheet.
Oh, strange.
Looks like you gotta roll physical die.
Yeah, just roll a d20.
I'll roll. Yeah.
plus
here,
your
I'll roll
modifier.
my
See if it
melee attack
matters.
and see if that works.
Yep.
Okay, no, same problem with melee attack. All right, D20 it is.
We'll check what's wrong with your character sheet.
And
Afterwards.
11, that 11 plus
hit.
Hits.
15.
Hits.
And I
You
do
hit.
1d8
Yeah.
plus 19.
Yeah, roll. Roll for it.
Outright kill.
No,
No,
actually,
that's gonna be negative HP.
negative HP on anything, but pretty much like a yeah. You slice through them, and they just like go flying backwards, reeling from the blow. They sort of stumble back, and on their way down, they sort of hit the side of their head against the bedside table and fall unconscious onto the floor. And you can see they're bleeding from their chest and from their head right now. Salara, as you're singing,
So as I hear the stuff,
you hear the and oh my god! And people are starting to rush outside. You see about 20 people run out into the main deck, and the people outside that were lining up are like fearfully reeling back and away from the ship.
okay, so I guess maybe I'm a little confused. So they're heading, so
Towards you and down and out the ship, off the ship, essentially.
okay, so they're not heading towards the sound; they're heading away from the sound.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Because if
okay.
you hear a gun, you run away from the sound.
Oh no! I just thought that like they were panicking and going towards the danger, and
No.
that was my like
No.
immediate concern.
So the gun was fired in the lower decks, and everyone's rushing to the upper decks and then out of the ship.
I'm gonna shout in. I'm gonna stop singing, and then I'm gonna shout in my biggest, most booming voice so that everybody can hear me. And I'm going to say, everybody remain calm. It seems that there is, what was the word? A malfunction with the ship. If we could calmly single file off the ship, and we can make sure that everything is in working order.
Give me a
There's
bluff
no need-
first.
Huh?
Give me a bluff first.
Blue.
Because you're trying to deceive everyone as to the true cause of the sound. Okay. Give me diplomacy then, as well. Because even if they're willing to believe that outrageous lie that the gun was not a gun, but a malfunction. Some of them are like slowing down and like look at you, and then they immediately like get elbowed in the face by somebody trying to rush past them. It's like, fuck no, I'm not staying around to get shot at, and they keep running towards the.
Wait, they all know what guns are?
Some people do, not everyone. People who can afford getting on a ship for a long for long distance travel are better educated.
Okay, that's fair.
And then under my breath, I'm like, fine, then get the fuck off the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
buddy.
if you don't want to stay calm, then you know
Yeah.
I can only do so much.
You
So
see,
get
you
off.
see some people getting pushed aside as they are trying to get off the ship, and they fall overboard and fall into the water.
Also, to note, Solera can fascinate the entire crowd. They just have to make a will save 10 plus half bard level plus bard's charisma.
Wait, what?
You
Yeah,
can
that's-
fascinate literally the entire crowd.
Yeah, that's one of your spells. If they can hear you,
Yeah.
basically,
Well, it's
or
a
within
bardic
30
performance.
Feet, yeah. You can basically change what your performance does.
Every creature within 90 feet.
I will point out though that fascinate
never
does.
mind. It's very few people. It's like 3 people
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think that I had something that worked on that many people.
Yeah. It also doesn't work very well when people are already aware of danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been good to start with, but at this point, it's kind of like,
Well, I didn't anticipate a gun was gonna be.
Yeah, me either. Honestly, I was not expecting a gun.
Surprise,
Uh,
motherfucker!
I'm going
I'm
to kind
surprised.
of as calmly as I can. I am going to God, I don't have detect evil. Balls. I'm gonna kind of scan the crowd that's running away and see if there's anybody specifically in the crowd that looks suspicious.
Give me a
Um,
sense motive check, and this will be the end of your turn. Because
Okay.
you're it's not going to be easy because you're trying to pick faces and reactions in the middle of a panicked crowd.
Right, that's okay.
Yep.
Easy.
Everyone here currently looks either genuinely panicked or like panicked in a different sort of way, like get out of my way, I go first, sort of
Right.
motion, right? It's people who are afraid for their lives, and then there's people who are making sure that everyone else can't get off of the ship before they, like, throwing them in the way of danger.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, Robin, you have an unconscious person, and you heard a gunfire behind you. Well, you heard thunder behind you. I don't know if you've.
All right.
Now
Yeah,
you would definitely know what a gun is.
Yeah. He's just gonna make a heal check to see how dead this guy is.
Right? He's barely alive. He's gonna need some serious.
I'm gonna standard action to poke him with a stick.
Right?
That should work. Yep. So he heals for 4,
Um,
which stops him from bleeding, I guess.
Oh, can you do change how Cure Light Wounds how you have it set up? Put it
How
so
would you like
it's
me to change it?
yeah. Put the healing in the description, which is with a black background. It looks really weird.
Okay.
They heal for 4 lethal and then 4 non-lethal.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. They were.
Oh, it shows the quantity. That's fine.
Yep. Okay. They're still unconscious after that, but their wounds are sealed up.
Great. Robin still hasn't killed anybody. Cheers. Robin's going to start moving out of the room, and then once he sort of breaks the doorway, he's going to become invisible again and head towards the room that Sigus is in.
Okay. That is going to be your turn, though.
Yep.
As you enter the room. Well, you can't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you enter the room and you're sort of standing essentially behind Sigus or next to him. There's a dude unconscious, paralyzed, blind, stunned on the ground, sort of convulsing a little bit as they saw the prismatic spray from Sigus, and the other guy has a gun trained on Sigus. Grigori, it is your turn.
I will knock an arrow.
Okay.
And prepare an action to shoot anybody that, or to shoot anybody that's not my party that comes out of the rooms.
Okay. Sigus, they shoot at you again.
Huh? Yeah.
You see them
For the knee.
aim for your knees and fire. The bullet.
I jump.
The bullet misses your leg just barely, and you see it sort of leave behind about a good, like, 3-inch diameter hole on the ground behind you, where the floor has been punctured through. And they sort of look around, see that it's just you, but their brother is unconscious on the floor, and once again they drop another bullet and load their gun.
All right.
I say I'm doing like the sounds as if it were like a modern gun, but this is like a flintlock pistol, so it would be like.
But it's like pre-wrap charges or whatever. He's
Doesn't
like,
he have
Yeah,
a
they're-
fucking rapid reload already?
No, if you
Mhm.
got paper charges, you can
Yeah.
alchemical
Yeah.
paper. You can
He's-
avoid that.
but
He's
it's
essentially doing
cumulative.
It's move action in order to reload a pistol, a
Yeah,
one-handed
it's
pistol.
Cumulative like
Uh,
misfire chance every time you use them.
No. One-handed
No?
pistols are easier to reload. They're
Oh,
just
okay.
a move action. To
a
reload.
one-handed firearm takes a standard action to reload, unless you have
But-
rapid reload.
Unless
Then
you have
it's a move
alchemical charges, which
Or a
don't.
chemical charges. Yes.
Yeah.
Sig, it is your turn.
So how far away is he from me?
10 feet.
Okay, I'm going to step up to him and jab him with the wand of shocking grasp.
Go for it. Give me
Don't
a
tease me, bro.
give me a touch attack.
Yep.
Stranger
Sorry.
danger.
I should have had this prepped, but it's there we are.
Sorry for the noise. I was
Go.
just
Nailed it.
Wow.
the
I
tip of the one
actually
sort
did
of
way more than just +1 though. That's weird, but it's still not gonna hit.
Yeah, no, like
I got
the
it.
tip of the one starts to spark with electricity, and as you're getting closer to him, he's sort of trapped between the wall and the bed, and like he's trying to avoid getting touched by the one, and sort of grabs your wrist. It's like, oh shit, as you're trying to push the one towards them.
Also, that doesn't consume the charge like
No.
normal shocking grasp, right? Like it's still
Oh,
on there.
yeah.
You just have to
Yeah.
hit with it eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can hold the charge on that.
Okay, so it's still discharged, but I can swing
Yeah,
again in
yeah,
the second
you
one.
lose
Yes.
the charge, but yeah, you can continue to
Yeah.
attack until you hit with it.
Awesome.
Yep. The moment you let go of the one, though, it will automatically discharge that power.
Okay. Sweet.
Erica, it is your turn.
Erica will look down at the dude, see that he's unconscious, go, all right, next, and move action her way to the other door that we haven't done yet and kick it in.
Sure, you kick it in. You hear the as something gets dragged across the floor on the other side of the door, and you see inside the the like squalid-looking, probably like very early 20s, maybe even late teens, like young girl, trying to like pop open the window on the side of the ship, and you like as you enter they pop pop the latch, and they rip open the window as they like turn around to look at you. It's like, oh shit.
I'm assuming the door open and the move is my turn.
No, I'll give you the move action. No, that will be your turn. Standard action to
Yeah.
kick open the door. Yeah. Silera, what are you doing?
I am going to move to the entrance of the ship where the guard was, and
People are rushing and trying to get down through the only board right now. So moving towards where the guard is would imply getting in the way of that stampede, essentially.
Well then, fuck that shit. Well, okay.
You can see as you like are standing there that guards are approaching the ship from the port side. Like the people that were lined up have removed themselves from there. Like they moved back towards the stone shore side buildings of the port, and guards are moving along the sort of what are they called? The stretches of wood that form the dock itself.
Planks.
Sure, the planks. The like guards are approaching the ship essentially to board it.
Okay. Well then, I will continue to try to calm people. But I'm going to essentially let the boys in the back handle it.
Okay.
And if they're gonna come towards the ship, I can at least talk to them. And so I'm gonna follow the crowd that's panically going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to continue to say, please, everybody, stay calm. Everything's okay. As I like slowly kind of like follow them out.
Sure. Give me another diplomacy check.
I forget that diplomacy and sense motive is oratory.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the people sort of have moved away from the stampede and have sort of started to detach from that mass and are forming a little bit of a clique behind you. It's like, okay, but what should we do? What if they come upstairs and I need to protect my kids? And like it's like a woman with two children and their husband is like trying to make sure that like nobody comes out of the stampede and tramples them essentially.
Right. I am going to tell her that I will follow her towards, where the group is going, and I will walk with her and protect her and her child as we walk towards out of the ship.
Okay. In that case, they will start to follow with you. You're gonna somehow. I don't know how you plan to do this. How are you gonna try and get them off the ship? Because the way out, there's only one right now, and it is a boarding plank that is taken up with people stampeding off, and people are slipping and sliding and falling into the water. Social encounters 101.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just having a hard time grasping what everything looks like.
So, let me
I
draw.
apologize.
Yeah. I'll just draw on the main map itself. If this were to be the side of the ship, let's just go for something like this. It's a very crude ship, right? Boom, boom. There you go. Right. This is sort of the vague shape of the ship. This is where the plank is, and then this is where the dockways are, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
People are coming. Sorry, I forgot to draw one more line. This is where like the wheel for the ship is.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't draw circles on top of what I'm trying to do, people.
And that's like the crowd.
Yeah, that is where the crowd is. However, I'll do this. Hold on a second.
Sorry, guys. I'm a visual person, so sometimes stuff like this is hard to grasp.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And so you're essentially saying that like they're going on here and they're slipping and falling into the water here.
Yes, people are coming from here and going like this and trying to get off. But what's going on is that people. I'm gonna turn this into a different color. Right? They're getting essentially traffic jammed here, and then people are sliding into this direction into the water.
Okay. So.
And you're standing around here.
Okay. If I were to do prestidigitation, oh my god, did I say it?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, you did.
Got it.
In that area, would it clean it so that it wouldn't be so slippery?
It's
They'd
not
still be
the
pushing each other.
slipperiness, it's the
You
fact
did-
that there's not too many people in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's walking the plank.
Yeah,
It's not easy to
80
do.
people are trying to walk the plank at once.
Yep.
And they're all trying to beat each other
Yep.
to get across faster.
like in game, it's pretty much like everybody's each other's enemies, and they're all trying to
move
get
past
each
each
other
other's threatened area, and everyone's provoking AOs. And the people who provoke AOs are provoking AOs themselves, like because they are trying to shove each other, and that provokes from each other. So it's like
Gotcha.
shove, 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 and people end up in the water whenever they.
It's pretty much a mosh pit right there.
Mhm.
It's a
What's
mosh
happening.
pit, but it's
Okay.
a mosh pit on a balance beam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna tell her to stay back where they are at the moment, and I'm gonna go towards the end of the where the crowd of people trying to push ahead.
Okay.
And I'm going to shout to the guards, to help these people get off of the ship safely because people are falling.
Okay.
And if they don't do anything, then I don't know what else I
yeah.
can help. I can.
They,
do to
they,
help.
they, the guards are sort of approaching the ship, and it's like, got it. Just try to, people, please, just slow down. We'll get everyone off the ship. And they're trying to sort of assist you in calming the people down and trying to catch the people that are falling. It looks like one of them is sort of sounding a horn and getting the attention of more of the guards on the port side. Robin, what are you up to?
Robin's gonna move up to the dude with the gun and sucker punch him while he's invisible.
Okay, go for it.
He's unconscious.
Well, you don't know that.
Unless he's a higher level.
Yeah.
Unless he's a higher level.
Right? No, you sucker punch them and they go unconscious.
There you go.
21 and the leftover is 14. Okay. As you become visible for just a second, as you sucker punch them up with an uppercut, they bounce off against the wall and fall unconscious at Siggis's feet. Feet, not feet. What the fuck is that?
Got little feet.
Little feet. That is gonna be your turn, I believe, Robin.
Yep, move, standard. I just sort of look at Sigus like, man, I'm really glad that dude has shit aim.
Yep. Grigori, it is your turn.
Untouched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now as far as I know, the last two people are the farthest away from me, both sides.
There's only one
Well,
person alive and
as
As
conscious.
far as I know.
As far as you know, you saw Erica run from one room to the next.
Yeah.
So there should only be two people, which is the two on the left.
Okay.
So where Siggis went, and then where Erica went just a moment ago.
Gotcha. I'm gonna follow behind Erica, assuming that Sigus is in communications with Robin.
Okay.
Hopefully Robin's helping.
Okay.
I have not heard a scream from him, so I have to assume he's handling the situation just fine.
All right. Yeah.
I haven't heard
So,
gunfire again.
As you move up, though, you would be able to like reach the door, look into the room, and you would see that Robin is sort of like talking with Siggis, and there's two people unconscious in the room.
Oh, okay.
Because you would move
But,
past their door
going by-
before you get to Erica's.
Yeah. I gotcha. All right. So that makes me feel even better, and then I will come into the doorway.
Looking in the other door, there's a bloody mess of a man.
Yeah, so on the room that Erica came from, there's a bloody mess of a man, and in the room that Erica is in, as you sort of stand behind her, she's standing right across from the door's threshold as she's just sort of kicked the door in. There's a woman standing on top of the bed, trying to sort of wrench open the window, and she's sort of just barely succeeded, and she's about to sort of slink through the tiny hole that is a port side window.
Shoot! Ah.
I mean, if Erica says shoot her, I'm gonna let fly.
That was kind of joking, but yeah, sure, whatever.
You get one arrow because you had to
Aim
move.
for the leg.
You can't non-lethal with an arrow, so it's just gonna do what it's gonna do.
Then
Yeah.
maybe not shooting her.
Is there a pinning shot feat or something like that?
There is, but I don't have it.
No, that would be cool. Right
Also,
now, but
there's
yeah.
like Tanglefoot arrows, which are like,
Yep.
has like a alchemical
Yeah,
web substance in them.
Yeah, it's
but
the
it- like,
Tanglefoot
it's-
bags on the
I
arrows,
do need an
basically.
attack from you though.
Oh yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Or yeah.
Just the first one.
Yeah, just the first
Um,
one.
two.
And I'll
Alright.
shout, you try to leave, I'm gonna put another one in you.
Ah! Please don't shoot. I'll comply. I'll comply. Alright.
No, that's my turn.
Okay. They are the only conscious cultist. So like they move away from the window, like take a step forward, and it's like, okay, just here. And like she offers both her hands to sort of be handcuffed.
There's manacles.
Is that initiative?
I mean, if you accept her surrender and you manacle her,
Erica will accept the surrender and click off all the weird powers.
Gregory will shoot another arrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Just right through her forehead.
Hi. You put manacles on the manacles on her. Salera, with the help of the guards upstairs and with your continuous support, the crowd, about 60% of the crowd fell into the water. The rest of them managed to walk their way onto the plank. Some of them are being put in manacles themselves and being escorted out for disturbing the peace and assault, aggravated assault, because some of them pushed miners into the water.
Get fucked, people.
Yeah.
Not the miners that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, you want the rowers to drown.
I mean, to be fair, the miners probably need a bath. You know, mining coal all day, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's probably dirty as fuck.
Yeah, and I mean they're small and they're heavy, so they kind of sink. So
Yeah.
I hope they
So how are you guys gonna handle the woman that you now have in custody, as well as the other four? Sorry, yeah, the other four.
First
We're
of
gonna
all,
cast
Robin's gonna
detect
be
magic
like,
and
yeah, say
find
this,
the
detect
masks.
magic, get the masks, absolutely. Robin's gonna go back, check on the dude that he knocked out. The dude that he knocked out in this room seems not super dead, right?
Yeah, we wanna make sure
He's still
nobody
breathing.
dies.
The one that Erica slashed through is still bleeding to death.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
should
you may want
stabilize
to
that.
fix that one.
I'm gonna go ahead and join the people and ask where I am needed and such.
Yeah, you sort of, since
You
the
people.
situation calmed down a little bit, the woman and her husband and the two kids sort of thank you. It's like, thank you, you're a lifesaver. We're okay now. Thank you. Like as you're sort of trying to make your way out, and then you can go downstairs and meet up with the rest of the party.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
spend my time tying up the woman with a rope and
Okay.
then bringing her to the other people.
Yeah,
And I'll
if-
slowly, I'm gonna tie them all pretty much together in like a chain gang kind of thing.
Give
If
me a
Erica-
perception check as you're doing that.
Gang gang.
Right?
Damn.
You would be
Second
able
to
to
the
tell
level.
like she does have like she's wearing commoner clothes, but like on her wrist are several sort of bracelets holding holy symbols of the Master of Secrets.
Ooh.
God, yeah.
I will take those off of her.
Yep.
Yeah, we should do a search
And,
of them.
and I'll also search them and take any weapons, anything that could be, I think could
heal
be
check
magical
to
at all.
Yeah.
stabilize the boy.
So as you're sort of searching her, she's sort of says, yeah, just there's only a couple daggers, left leg, upper thigh on the right, and like like as you're exploring that, you take out. In total, there's 6 daggers on her.
Robin sort of
Damn.
looks at her, like
Ah.
like not like directly in the eye or anything, just like looks her up and down, because like Robin knows how to stash weapons on himself, because
Yep.
his Auntie Elle definitely told him a thing or two about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Robin's gonna just like make a perception while these knives are being taken off of her and see if there's anything extra he can see.
Yeah. Give me a perception check then, Robin.
I bet he wants to see extra.
Robin,
Like a young girl.
There's
Robin,
a nip slip. Nice.
it's
Yes.
there isn't any extra weapons. She did hand over everything. However, and Grigori, there as well as the daggers, there's 10 bolts that are tipped with venom, drow poison.
She didn't say.
Now,
she didn't use-
question.
Yes.
Would I be able to take the tips of those
No.
bolts and then put them onto arrows?
No.
No, but we have a hand crossbow. Or maybe we
We do.
sold it.
I don't.
We do now. We
It's
just stole
true.
one.
Yeah.
I'm not
Um,
good at hand crossbow
Thing is-
specifically.
Yeah.
Robin, give
Yeah.
me a flat intelligence check.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey!
Wow.
She
You're
isn't.
smart.
Do you not have an intelligence modifier?
It's 11. Or
Okay.
10.
This woman doesn't.
10.
Okay. This woman didn't just stash her weapons similar to how Untiel taught you. She hid her weapons exactly the same as Untiel showed you.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Well, Robin's gonna be like, hey, I think we might have some friends in common.
I don't know. Maybe. What happened to my other friends?
They're taking naps.
Okay. I can if you show me where they are, I can tell you who they are and what they've been working on. I can help you.
If you
And what do you get?
Well, I help you and you help me, and I don't die. That'd be great.
Right? Well, how
Setting
about
the
you?
bar low.
You tell us who they are, what they're doing, and we don't kill you. Sure, that sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
Grigori, let's tie them all up.
And Grigori will time up.
And then
Eric-
Sigus and I are gonna
Erica-
go up and talk to the guards.
Would you like a survival check for tying it, or are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good. So you guys sort of round up all of the cultists in one room. Who's staying with them to find out what information she can share?
It's gonna be there for sure.
yeah,
Grigori will stay.
Okay.
Uh,
So we have Grigori, we have Robin, Erica.
yeah, Erica will stay.
Okay. Sigus.
I think I'm going to go talk to the guards. as
Okay,
well.
and Celera.
Yeah.
Guards.
Yeah,
Guards.
is guards. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sigus and Celera, the two of you go
Sorry.
out to talk to the guards. Grigori, Eric, and Robin, as you sort of round everyone up, she sort of looks around and says, "Well, I have good news and bad news. I mean, him," and she points at one of the two brothers, the one that didn't shoot at you guys. He's actually not part of the deal. But there is some bad news.
One got away.
I mean, Sinesha probably got away.
No.
We are also looking for 5 masks, and there's only 4 people.
No, the bad news is we do have a death pact. And as she says that, she opens her mouth, shows you her tongue. You see that there's a tattooed holy symbol in her tongue, and she channels negative energy.
God damn it.
I don't. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna be enough to kill, but all right.
They're pretty close, probably.
They're pretty
yeah,
close.
they were all pretty fucked.
If it's not lethal damage, I mean, I guess.
No, a lot of them were very close to death.
The
At
two
least
that
one
Robin
of them.
punched
Yeah.
might be okay.
So she herself immediately falls unconscious. The one brother is perfectly fine because he was just unconscious. He is now continues to be unconscious, except now in the negatives, is bleeding. I need everyone to roll me a will save.
Really?
Yep. So, sorry, Grigori, Eric, and Robin to roll me a will save.
I think I'm okay.
Like Robin's the only one that got fucked.
Yep.
Also, why you're not rolling from your sheet?
It's just way faster to roll d20. Yeah.
Okay. Grigori, Erica, you take 7. Oh, no. Divided. Math. Yes. 11 divided by 2 is 7. Yes, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
5 is what you're looking for there, Brad.
Yeah.
5.
Math.
Robin, you take 11 points of lethal damage.
You got it.
The woman. Oh, actually no. You hit her for 17. She dies. She
Wait,
dies. The 3 cultists that were taken down
Score?
die. All of them.
Isn't con score to die?
Yes.
Not con modifier.
Yeah,
No,
it's
con score. They don't have high
Yeah,
con
she's-
scores.
They're level 1 cleric, level 1 rogue, so they have like 2 hit die and probably constitution of 12.
If that.
Um.
That would be if they have a 12, then she's alive.
That's being generous.
Yeah.
That's
If they
like
have a 10,
yeah.
If they have a 10, she's dead.
Yeah, no, the only person that survives that burst at the end is the one that wasn't involved, who is now bleeding.
Right. Well, I'll heal him.
Just stabilize them.
Yeah. Well, should I burn a wand or should I heal check it?
Just
You
heal
might.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, with that out of the way,
Wow, that's a really bad heal check. I
It's-
didn't
it's
make it.
enough. Isn't it a 10 to stop bleeding?
I thought it was 15.
it's 10 plus the HP that you're missing below 0.
Gotcha.
Probably not.
No.
Also, we have to explain this to the guards. It might be worth like just poking with one wand.
Yep.
But
Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
So, you have one person who's still alive and bleeding. You have one person who is now conscious, just barely. And they're technically still stunned, blinded, because that thing will last a couple. Yeah, it lasts like a minute and a half in total. So yeah, like they're like drugged out of their fucking mind. And you guys have dealt with a cultist. I will point out though, as you were rummaging through the rooms, Sigis, before you went with the guards, you would have detected the magic coming off of the different laundry baskets and backpacks and whatnot, which would have led you to the 4 masks that you're missing.
Okay.
now we're missing 5.
Nope,
Right?
4.
Oh, it's
Oh,
just the
alright.
4 that we were missing. Okay,
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
Oh right, it was 17 plus the
Plus-
cultist.
Yeah,
Big one, yeah. Gotcha.
and you have
Great.
13 plus 1, so this makes it.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yep.
We got the set. Unfortunately, we don't know where the Lamia is.
Nope.
Yes.
Um,
And have dead bodies again.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's dead cultists.
Yeah.
yeah, and the dude that was actually not part of it is still alive, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Saved. Evil is dead. GG.
Yep.
We win.
Yeah.
and they did it
Yes.
themselves, so I don't even I have no responsibility for that.
So
However, I would like to point out that bitch, she knows what she's doing.
Which
Who?
bitch?
The dead one.
Oh.
Hence she knew what she was doing.
Exactly.
She no longer knows anything.
Thank you for noticing that. Yes. There might be a lot of Skarni influence in what's going on here. So maybe a lot more than we thought or would like. Anyways, we have the masks. All we need to do is just figure out what the fuck's going on and we'll be fine.
I think if the cultists were loading onto the boat, and then we can probably safely assume that the Lamia was already gone. We should ask where this was headed. They might have been
Yes.
going to the same place.
Yep, go ahead. You do that. I'm gonna stuff these corpses into a bag of holding and extract them.
I feel like that's a bad idea. How about we stuff their equipment into the bag of holding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we try and keep this above.
Let the guards deal with the bodies. They're cultists. We can identify them. Got the backup.
They
if we
died
need
from
to go
channel
behind-
negative energy. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Let's loot the fuck out of them.
Also, we got the masks. Did they have anything else?
A gun? Holy fuck!
The
Yes.
gun.
Neat.
Also, this
There's
one
only
had
the
a-
masks.
This one had a hand crossbow.
Yeah, guns. There's 3 hand crossbows. 30 crossbow bolts.
All with draw poison?
Nope, just the 10 that the woman had.
Just the
Yeah,
10.
but we should definitely take those 10 'cause that's huge.
There's
Yep,
the
pretty nice.
gun, which is, in fact, let me find where the fuck is it. I never managed to make a hit, so I can't remember what the fuck the gun is.
+1 handbanger of doom.
No, it's just a standard non-magical firearm.
Yeah, I assume it's a flintlock pistol.
I think it's called a flintlock pistol, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to find
And
it.
there's musket, a hack butt musket, and
AK the shotgun.
Yeah, it's just it's just called pistol.
oh,
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's
Yeah,
no
because there's the
flintlock
whole
pistol.
pistolero class, isn't there?
Sweet.
So if you want to look it up on
Mhm.
PFSRD, it's called pistol.
Like
there.
1k, I think.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
1k gold, deals 1d8 damage times 4 multiplier, a range of 20 feet.
And it's
a miss.
Touch AC.
Yeah, misfires on a 1 can
It's
carry
touch
1
AC?
gun. Touch AC.
Yeah, they all.
touch AC within
all
the first
firearms
range
shoot
increment.
touch
Yes.
AC on the first.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'll give you the specifics after the session.
Yes.
So there's the 3 crossbow bolts. The 3 hand crossbows. The 10 that have the 10 crossbow bolts with poison, 20 without. And then there's armor that the suicide bomber had, essentially. The suicide channeler, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Erica's here going out to find the captain. Salera and Sigis, the two of you are already outside. You don't hear or feel the channel because that happens in the lower quarters. But you would be able to be talking with the guardsons. Like they're sort of asking like what happened. We know that we know who you are, essentially. It's like right. So let's see how we
Robin,
handle
the
this.
message is still going, so Robin could tell me that they're all dead. That's
Erica, what are you looking for the captain? What are you looking for the captain for, essentially?
Captain, first mate, whatever, someone who knows where the ship was headed to.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would say like you probably very quickly find them because they're trying to do some rounds under.
Also, let them know what the hell just happened on.
Yeah, it's like what happened? Where you holed up in a room and like you explain this. It's like right. Look, the ship was meant to go to Sandpoint, reprovision then, and then from there we're going to Roderick's Cove. Or we're supposed to, but the wheel is broken. Well, with this mess, we're gonna have to delay the trip for a couple days.
How much is the damage to the wheel?
Gonna cost us around 50 gold pieces to get it repaired.
We'll see about reimbursing you for that. I think that may have been our fault. Not sure though. We'll confirm.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking care of the saboteurs aboard the ship.
Yes, we apologize for the inconvenience. And there were no additional unplanned stops on the way, I take it?
No, it was just we're gonna go to Sandpoint and from there to Roderick's Cove.
Just to confirm out of character for a second, where the heck is Roderick's Cove?
Roderick's Cove is the closest port to Riddleport. It is very close to it. Let me just get you the map for it. Let's throw that over here. And let me just focus.
Oh, yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yep.
And so we now have 3 locations. One's Turtleback, one's Roderick's, and the other one is friggin' Corvosa.
Yep.
Jesus, we gotta leg it.
Hoof it.
Wait, where was the sister at again?
She's in Turtleback.
Turtleback
by
Ferry.
the-
Yeah.
By the fort that's there. So
Let's go.
So what I'm gonna do is,
Jesus.
yeah, I'm gonna. Wait just 1 second, guys. Just wanna very quickly. Then, where do you guys want to go from here? Is the question.
Sell the
think that's-
masks to Frank and then head to Corvosa, I think.
Yeah, it
Or
sounds like.
did we want to go to this turtleback? I don't know. Out of character, like, I think the GM was saying things about Corvosa, but I don't know.
Well, I
I-
think Silera wants to go.
Yes.
Yeah,
that, oh,
father
right.
there's,
Yeah.
there's,
Try
there's
to
something
cure him.
funky with her dad, and I think that's critical.
Yeah.
We know that Turtleback's got a problem, but we can also talk to the local authorities about sending some help, because technically that's Magnamar's jurisdiction. And Roderick's Cove, that's a lead we gotta chase down on if we can't find our snake lady friend. So I think if she's already in the wind, maybe that one's the lowest priority.
Also, don't forget
That's
that.
gonna turn up later.
Yeah.
Don't forget that the captain also went missing, so it's something we also have to.
Oh
Lieutenant.
yeah.
Lieutenant.
look into.
Yeah.
So, I'll move you. Well, we can stay on this map. So, you guys have sort of gotten. We'll sort of brush over with the details of the cleaning up of the problem is, because between Salera and Sigus, we've sort of seen this situation happen maybe a few too many times. By now, you guys have grown accustomed to, like, okay, they're gonna ask us to show some documentation, ask like what happened, etc., etc., and there are multiple witnesses to what happened. So you guys will very quickly be able to clear up any misunderstandings. And with the information that you guys have provided, the guards would, like, if you want to investigate further, you can stay on the ship. But they're sort of trying to get everyone out so that the like a proper investigation can be mounted. Some like samples of the room can be taken. What are you guys doing?
Robin's yeeting. He's just gonna dip. He'll actually be like, "Look, I'll take the mess to Frank if you just want me to deal with that."
I mean, if you want to just take all of the stuff that we've taken from
Yeah,
him, that would probably-
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Yeah. So you just go
Also,
with him.
he'll hand the bracelet of all of like the holy, what I thought was her
Mhm.
holy symbol to.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Is
a
this
holy
magic?
symbol.
See, is this
Yeah.
magic?
Is it magic?
It's a holy symbol.
Okay.
Hmm.
It can be used as a magical focus, and it's for the nasty god of nastiness.
Well, it's
It-
He's
Alter
not. He's like.
Hyomide and crush it.
Yeah.
Frank may also want something like this.
Frank
Eh.
might, but
I mean,
honestly, I need to kind of pop my cherry and smash it with my dope Iomade sword on an altar of Iomade. So, you know,
alright, that's fine with me. It
Use
does
the
not
flat
matter.
side of your blade. Don't ding the edge.
yeah, I wouldn't want to blunt it.
I'll go with Robin because Frank also offered me a new, cool, very muscular raven. So I was gonna take him up on that.
okay. So the two of you can start heading towards Frank's ship, the
Also,
Misfortune.
Good job, team. High five.
Good job, team.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
fucking
So there-
crushed it.
And Silera made it so that no one except for the evil guys actually died.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, I did okay,
yeah,
I
great.
guess.
Yeah.
Crowd
Also, take my rope
control.
back.
Sorry, what?
I take my rope back.
Yeah.
I don't need to have the dead people tied up.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And
Okay,
the
yeah.
poor guy.
What are you guys doing with the person that is now conscious and like starting to regain, sort of coming out of that drugged upness, that stunned, dazed blinded combo.
Erica,
I say
can
we
you
leave
cast
him
Zone
for
of Truth?
I mean, if you give me a little bit to pray, I can prepare.
Hold on.
Okay.
I think this is something that we should let the guards handle. They have
I'm okay with
clerics
that.
and
Agreed,
paladins that
and
can
Yeah.
do this without us.
Maybe also
Based-
let them know that this guy wasn't involved. He was just
Mhm.
associated because his brother got into it. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
cut this guy some slack. Just have him give some information, and
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
And we'll check in a day or so to see if anything came of it.
Yeah.
based on your description, it sounds like he wasn't involved. So
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
being said, I was
maybe-
pretty focused on the gun.
Though, to be fair, we may be able to convince Frank to give us a ride to Corvosa. So we may be leaving in the morning. Just a heads
Yeah,
up to everybody.
Oh my god. Let's totally go on the cursed ship.
Yeah,
That'd be so
absolutely.
cool.
You guys didn't think of this? This is exactly what I was. We get the mast and we just hitch a ride. Whatever, man.
as long as they lift the restriction on his ship leaving. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about the cursedness of his ship.
It's a by proximity thing.
Yeah.
I checked it out. Honestly, he's just like Erica. He's got like this safe of cursed items, and he's just like withholding them from the general public. That's basically it.
Yeah, well,
I was
mean,
gonna
it's
suggest
preferable
going on
for-
a ship, but I wasn't sure how anybody would react to that.
Oh, also, I can just buy his ship if you guys want it.
What?
No.
Easy.
For the coin.
Yeah,
Also,
he's
What
quick out of
coin?
character. Would we be able to bring our mounts with us
Yeah.
on the ship?
Yes.
Frank's ship?
Frank's ship is a galleon, which means
Oh yeah, it's
it has enough
I just
room.
want to make sure that I can bring Pashka with me.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's important.
Yes. Has enough room to both hold a few animals as well as all of the merchandise that he carries.
all right. Well, I mean, he's keeping them from the public, which is good. He's not destroying them, which is less good. But I mean, we've got to deal with this thing with your father, and he's probably our fastest way out of here. So
Mhm.
Also, to be fair, from what he discussed with us, he actually keeps the hurtful, cursed items away from everybody. For the most,
he sure
from what I
does.
can understand.
yes, he keeps them away from people, but he also doesn't get rid of them. If you were ever to be compromised and his vault broken into, they would all go back into the public. That's why we destroy them. But that's a
Vault,
different.
I feel like
Uh,
anybody who's dumb enough to try to break into his vault is dumb enough to suffer the consequences.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. There are a couple things my auntie Elle taught me, and one of them is like, if you walk into a vault and you don't want to be there, fucking leave. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to be inside of that dude's safe. So
Understood, and I'm not gonna push the point with him because he is our definitely. If we can get a ride with him, he is our best way out of here. I just wanted to point out the ethical quandary that he's put himself in. Typically, that's why we encourage and why we confiscate those items so that they can't somehow fall into someone's hands and hurt them. Even if they are evil, even if they are behaving badly, that doesn't mean they're necessarily a bad person. A thief can be under the influence of someone else, after all.
I think that's a really good point, and I also look forward to many ethical discussions while on a super cool ship.
Yes. Agreed. Okay, let's. Well, now that we know where we're going and we have backup plans, I think we have some people to notify in the city before we leave and also ensure that Frank has his clearance and will actually take us.
Yeah.
he's gonna have his clearance ready by tomorrow morning. So I mean, I'm just gonna head out.
Yeah, I think I'd like to cash in, and then also if we have some type, if we're sailing anywhere, this would be a time I might be able to craft some stuff. So if we have anything we want to make for cheaper, too, on that.
Honestly, start scribing if you can.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like all that stuff too. For
Prioritize
sure.
that. Prioritize the scribing, in my opinion.
Vozen
Do
and
we know how long the trip is from here to Corvosa?
days?
Yes.
Couple
Give me 1 second. I want to double check,
Yeah.
but I think it is around 2 days on ship.
And
It is
Spoopy galleons.
on a ship this size and with good weather. It will take no. It's not 2 days. It's about 5.
yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, that's some beautiful crafting time.
There is.
And also, I was there's a spell that lets me stay awake all night, and Rose and I were talking, and it seems like I'll be able to scribe things into my book and not break that spell overnight, and then craft during the day potentially. But we'll see how that balances out.
Yeah. So is everyone in agreement that you guys want to go to Frank's and sell the masks, and we'll
So-
see from there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, one way or another, as you guys sort of clean up the after effects of the little incursion onto the ship, you leave behind this dazed, innocent person who got involved with the cult, and you take your just rewards on your trip to Frank's ship. And this is going to be the last scene that we do for tonight, as we go into trading with or discussing the terms with Frank himself. In fact, just because we have it, let's just use the goddamn map. So you, yeah, as usual, or at least just like last time, you guys present the invitation and are ushered into the ship. At which point, Frank will receive you all within his office, and I just need to grab Erica's token as well. So as you come on in, Frank sort of greets you all. Says, "Hello, good afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to see you back so soon. Drinks, anyone? Tea, coffee."
Robin pulls the masks out, throws them on the table, crosses his arms, and like, we're the best.
I would gladly take a tea.
I would
Uh,
also take tea.
yeah, tea sounds
Do you-
nice. I think.
Y'all are
Do you
soft.
have any liquor?
I think it calls for a celebration, so I will definitely break out the finest for you, Solera. Let me just get
Thank you.
the tea sorted out first. And he sort of starts to move around the office. And he sets a pot of water down on a little plate, and you start to see the pot sort of slowly begin to steam up. And he sort of pulls from the drawers on the left side of the office, just over here. He pulls out a small bottle about less than a foot high, filled with this sort of amber, almost like crimson red liquid that still remains quite transparent. And he sets it on the table, pours 2 glasses, 2 like shot-sized glasses, and then goes over to the pod, prepares the teas, puts them on the table, grabs the glass and says, "All right, well, job well done, and to ventures past, present, and future, I suppose.
Here, here.
Cheers."
And I'll clink my glass and I'll take my shot.
Yeah. It is absolutely wonderful drink. It's like fruity, almost got like a tinge of strawberry flavors to it, but it's still like fresh and not like overpoweringly sweet, with just a faint hint of citrus and a certain like saltiness to it, almost like it reminds you, it makes you think, not quite reminding you of a specific scene, but makes you think of a summer home by the ocean and drinking daiquiris by the beach.
Hmm.
Yep. So I'm glad that we could settle this. Do you want the payout in cash or credit?
What did you say you would give for credit again? Wasn't it like 82,000 credit?
I said I would give you twice the amount, I believe.
Yeah,
it was
82,000. Perfect.
Well, it was
So it's
68,000 ish, I believe.
yeah, it's there. If it so, I think it was 1,200
It was like
each for the 17 masks, and then 12,000 for
Or
the
the leader's
18.
mask, yes.
Yeah, so it comes to 32,400. That's a lot.
so 64,800 is how much we'd get in credit, or
So,
32,400.
What does Erica will chime in. Sorry, I missed the last encounter. What does the credit do?
It's like store money, but we can only spend it with Frank.
He sells the plethora of magical items that we could purchase from
Yes.
him using this in-store credit.
Are all of them cursed?
No.
Yes.
No.
No,
No.
not all of them.
I love that Singers was yes. Wait, no.
wait, I was wrong. Most of them are, but some of them are very not.
I have a. Well, I do collect cursed items. I do keep the majority of them as part of my collection. I do trade those that I have deemed to be safe enough that no one will greatly be damaged by them, nor will they be trapped in some kind of cycle of pain and misery. And as well as that, I do have a gig as a trader of sorts in magical items. There are some of the finest luxuries one can trade.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? My opinion would be that the if we're going to, well, actually, we do have to discuss our travel plans as well. But if that's going to be a thing, then having a shop where we have credit at hand would not be a bad thing.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get stock coming in and out, so we can. There might not be something in there right now that we're particularly fond of, but at any point we could come back and be like, "Oh, hey, we want that." That kind of
Certainly.
thing.
I would
And
love it if we could take a portion of it in store, because I honestly think like doubling it is huge, but I think if we don't have anything we're excited for now, like I don't know whether we do like maybe a third of
Is-
it or something in store
Is
credit
there
that gets
a
doubled.
list
I don't know.
of the stuff that
Yeah.
he's got?
Yes,
in order to
the
do-
list that you went through during last week.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh, they were in the notes.
Yeah,
yes,
skirmisher
I'm
notes.
Oh
looking
yeah.
now.
Now, I have an out of character question.
Yes.
If someone were to take the frozen crossbow and then assemble some kind of water delivery system to the crossbow, would that count as it being underwater?
If you were to somehow be able to completely submerge the crossbow in water, you would be able to generate the ice bolts. But taking it out of the water or shooting outside of the water, it would work just like a normal crossbow. Like you could shoot the infinite. You would have still infinite ammo made out of ice, but it doesn't get the modifiers because they don't even apply outside of water. But yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Is the relative wealth accurate now?
Yeah, it's constantly tracking.
But has everybody updated their shit in it so it is tracking?
I put my
don't
stuff
just
in
me
that
and
I purchased.
just me and Sandy, I think.
Guys,
And I
let-
threw yours in.
Let's
Oh, sorry, go
assume.
ahead.
Let's assume. We can handle the whether you guys take one offer or the other outside of the session time because it's going to take a long time for us to decide on that. However, like it's fine if you want to take credit or take cash up front. Let us just celebrate that we can settle this score. Instead of settle the deal. Did you mention? I do believe I heard you talking. Were you thinking about traveling?
Yeah, if we could just hitch a ride to Corvosa,
Of course.
we'll be
No,
bodyguards for you for free of charge if we can get transport free of charge.
Well, I have my own bodyguards, but you can travel with me. I wouldn't dare to ask you to pay for transport. Nonsense.
That's
Wonderful.
extremely generous of you.
Well,
He's a generous man.
I wouldn't go about asking family and friends to pay for services.
Just, yeah.
And then I turn back to the group and I'm like, "You're welcome."
Yup. All right, now let's go solve these daddy issues. Tomorrow.
Yes.
Bright and early. In fact, I would recommend that you bring your equipment and whatever you need to bring with you tonight, as the inspection before we can depart the port will happen before dawn.
Sure thing.
We've got our horses here now. We can probably leave them if you've got hay already.
Yes, we can load them into the cargo hold and find a good spot for them.
Also, I still kind of imagine Pashka like coming on and just having the giant quivers on either side of Rosetta.
Mm-hmm.
Thunk, thunk.
Dragon Slayer arrows. Fucking
right.
goddamn bull.
On that note,
Yeah.
Perfect.
I will call session there.
Actually, real
Hey.
quick,
Yes?
Grigori wants to point something out. We probably should leave a note for Dorbin so that he knows
Oh,
that we
yeah.
are leaving town.
He has sending, doesn't he?
Dorbin.
Yeah, but
don't-
that doesn't mean he'll understand that we left already.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can stop by the Temple of Abadar. I'm sure they'll be able to
Yeah.
track. Or
Well, we're
wait,
leaving
no,
first
they're
thing
at
in the
8.
morning.
They're
so.
at 8.
Get him a
of
message,
Abadar.
right?
Yeah.
To
Find a
note,
messenger.
the one that I visited did not know where Dorbin was. They have vaguely heard of him, but do not know his location currently.
Yeah. We'll
Perhaps-
just go to one and say, hey, can you send a message to the other churches to say, hey, Dorbin, if you show up, we went to Corvosa, and just like have the same letter at all of the churches, and be like, hey, this is for you if you're Dorbin Plate Rock. That's it.
Yeah.
We'll go all Martin Luther and nail a bunch of signs to their doors.
Jeez.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys can think about how exactly you want to contact Dorbin before you leave, and we'll probably handle that at the beginning of the next session, as you guys will probably need to not just inform Dorbin, but talk with maybe Salazar and other people that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely want to mobilize
Yeah.
Magnamart at the 2 other places while we're dealing with Corvosa.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. On that note, that is going to be all we have prepared for tonight, and I hope that everyone enjoyed the session. But I am going to call stream also because I know that Sheik wanted to get a little bit more sleep. So.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Bye, stream.
Bye,
Bye.
stream.